And then I've spent the whole day drinking. So.
All right. The whole day, huh?
Well, from 2 o'clock onwards. And I've still got some more beer. Yay.
He is not nearly as drunk as he was last week, though. You're pretty drunk.
Yeah, I've been taking it easy. I only had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 pints. By the time I finish this one, it'll be 9.
Can you convert that to picoliters? Because that's all I understand.
You must understand pints. I mean, that's an imperial measurement.
I understand pints. Theoretically.
Draw your sword, knock your arrows, and ready your spellbook. It's time for another episode of The Gamesmen. What role will you play?
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 22 of the Gamesmen RPG. We are here as ever to play and talk about video games, and with me, as always, I have Gary Amorous89 Level, and today we've got a special guest. You've heard him here before. It's Aaron, aka Indifference, from the Game Enthus podcast. How the hell are you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. I'm sorry I'm distracted. The people in my house are screaming as soon as you started. So, the timing couldn't be worse.
Oh my god, it's Hardlydan!
That's a direct quote. It's a direct quote.
And my voice just totally screwed up there.
Yeah, it really got kind of high there, Dan. I don't know.
Well, it would be screaming if he had his old picture on there of his crazy, weird-ass zombie face.
Yeah, that gave me nightmares, Dan.
I like that photo.
Your new one or your old one? Nothing beats out the screwed up head or whatever. Your stitches or black eye. That's what it was, black eye.
Yeah, well, it was under stitches in the head. For a while, I was changing it daily as the colours kind of started changing in the eye, and then I just forgot and left it. Anyway, Gary, how are you, sir?
I am so tired. I'm tired doing housework now. This week we poured the concrete in the basement for the new bathroom and went to use the cement mixer that we got. It's been sitting outside for I don't know how many years now. Went, plugged it in, and smoke started coming out of the motor.
Lovely.
So
you mean good smoke, right?
I wish. There was no good smoke that could come out of that thing. But the motor was shot on it, so we couldn't use it. So we mixed 9.5 bags of cement by hand.
Oh, wow.
It was a terrible, terrible time. My back, my neck, everything hurts. And then at the end, I spent a half an hour just trying to smooth it and make it look pretty and awesome, and it's not bad. And then today, tore up the kind of footer, whatever you want, the thing that sills at the bottom of the door. Tore that up because it's old. It's not even in the right spot, actually, because stuff moved and whatnot. And now we're going to pour more concrete there and make it all pretty and everything. So that'll be fun to get done. But most of my day today, I haven't even played a game. I spent the whole day putting up TGM tag-alongs and working on podcast stuff. So it's been fun. How about you, Dan? What have you been doing?
Well, I feel for you. I haven't played a thing all day either.
Have you been working on podcast stuff and site stuff?
No. I Mum went away for her week holiday, so I'm at her house now, looking after the puppy. And Monty, he was really upset when she went, and I was like, okay, well, I had a bit of a doze on the sofa because I'd only had a few hours sleep beforehand, and then I woke up at around 2ish, and I was like, okay, he's still not happy. I'll have to take him out. So we went to the beach, had a bit of stroll there, and then a friend of mine's a manager at this quite swanky hotel, so I went up there and had a few beers with him until about 7 o'clock at night. And then I came back, had something quick to eat, and then went to the pub and had a few beers there. And then I realised I had an hour until we were recording, and my PC and everything was still at my house, so I had to sort all that out. I got it done in time, so it's all good.
I was getting worried. I was like, "Where's Dan? Dan's not around. Oh God, he's not going to make it to the podcast again."
I think it was about 5 to 12 when I got on.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, but I know how long it takes.
Running the stuff down the street to get to your mom's. Drop the PC. Sorry, Gary, can't do the podcast. My PC's in pieces over the street.
No, I was very careful when I was moving my 32-inch screen and my PC because I didn't want to drop either of them. And I remember walking along thinking, which one, if I did drop one, would I rather? And I was like, no, it's got to be the screen. That's cheaper than my PC now. And I could get a hell of a screen for 600 quid. Well, 700 quid.
Yeah, really.
No, 600.
You can get same one you have now for probably like 100.
Oh yeah, they don't make it anymore, so I'd have to get it second hand, and probably get it for about 100 quid. But I'd get something better. But I've been having a really nice lazy Sunday. There was a band playing at the hotel, and I was sitting out on the veranda watching, looking at the sea, enjoying the warmth and listening to some live music. And it was pretty cool. And Monty loved it because everyone there was like, "Oh my God, he's so cute! Oh, can I say hello?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course you can."
Did you pick up any chicks?
No. There was one that really liked him and kept coming over and stroking him and talking to me, but turns out she's gay, so.
You know what else you can stroke? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
A
girlfriend. So, but, it was cool. But, that's kind of all I've been up to today. And for the past week or so, it's been a case of same shit, different day, just looking after mum, cooking food, playing video games, rinse and repeat. So, Aaron, what about you, sir? You been up to much this week? I should say since last time you were on, but as I can't remember when that is, it's going to be quite a long time.
Unless you want the show to be like 59 hours, I guess. I'll try to stick to this week. What did I do?
And then we went to the store, and I bought 3 popsicles, some minced beef.
I must say, every time Aaron goes to the store, I feel like I'm right there with him because he always takes pictures of stuff, puts it on Twitter.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it for a while, but sometimes I just forget. I'm just in a rush. Yeah.
See, that's why you need a Galaxy Gear watch, because you can just swipe on the watch, tap the screen, and take photos without having to get your phone out or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all this futuristic Dick Tracy type stuff.
And even though, what is it? It's like, it's really low megapixel, right?
Yeah, it's 1.2 megapixel, but it actually
But it still looks really good.
Interesting.
And, it's had huge price drops, and there'll be another price drop because the second one's coming out, or is out. But, anyway. Enough about my watch. What have you been up to?
Just living life. School year went by really quickly, so I guess after this week it's up. The 4-year-old graduated from pre-K, so we did that on Friday. And then we asked her, where do you want to eat? We'll take you out to lunch and celebrate and all. And we're thinking she's going to maybe pick like a sit-down restaurant, she says Chick-fil-A. So, so we went to Chick-fil-A, which we like Chick-fil-A, but we're kind of like, would it go to a place where they, kind of bring you the food? No, I want Chick-fil-A.
They still bring you the food there. It's just
they
a lot quicker.
That's true. That's true. I'd rather her say that than say McDonald's. So, which we don't go to very often. So that's why Chick-fil-A was the first thing she could think of.
If you didn't know, Chick-fil-A is actually the healthiest fast food restaurant.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know now, but years ago, that's what I read. It was funny because we had a sign up at Subway, and we were like number 2 or 3, and Chick-fil-A was the first one. And then, when Pizza Hut was like the worst.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, that pepperoni's got so much fat in it, and there's all the fat in the cheese.
What's the restaurant that just went the other way? Was it Hardee's or... Well, Hardee's and Carl Jr.'s are the same thing, right?
I never heard of Carl Jr.'s, but I haven't seen a Hardee's around in forever.
Wait, there's a Hardee's like maybe 20 minutes from me, and they had the whole X-Men movie promotion.
Oh, really?
They had some bacon, something that with bacon on that looked awesome, but incredibly unhealthy for you. I was very tempted to go grab one of those, but I have yet to do that. So yeah, just to keep it short, I've just been living life, man. Just playing these games, raising these kids, trying to keep my wife happy.
These kids are off for the summer. No.
They have camp, so they'll be doing something constructive. Trying to get the 14-year-old a job, but she's 14, so there's like 2 places that will hire a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And they're all like, people have already pounced on those jobs. So
I'm guessing Chick-fil-A and McDonald's.
Actually, no, you have to be like 16 to work there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost everywhere in America, like you can't get a job under 16. Now, my first thing was 14 or 15, and that was working at summer camp, and there was a CIT, which is counselor in training. You don't get paid for it, but you stay there for 3 weeks, and my parents got rid of me, so they were happy.
I mean, sure, you can get like a paper round or something. I think it's about time we talked about some games. So, Aaron, what have you been playing recently?
Damn, we can't continue with the banality of my life? Come on.
No, sorry, I've had enough. And
I went to the grocery store. You want to hear about that? I was in the produce section, Dan. There were grapes and melons. All right, games, fine.
I did see some nice watermelons in the store I was in the other day, actually. I was very tempted to get one and a bottle of vodka.
Oh, okay. That's not a combination I'm familiar with, but okay.
You take a hole out of the top of the watermelon and then you top it up with vodka.
Yeah, you just put the bottle upside down and it soaks it all up. Like you have to keep it there for, I don't know, a week or something like that.
Yeah. And you end up with vodka watermelon.
A whole week, though? Wow. Okay. You keep it cool, or, I mean, you just...
I don't think you have to, because you buy them, warm.
Yeah, they're just kind of room temp. Yeah.
You're kind of preserving it in alcohol.
Now, speaking of that, my old bosses did something like that, except instead of vodka, they used... Aaron, I don't know if you would know, Dan, but Aaron, have you heard of Everclear?
Oh, yeah.
It's a very strong alcohol. Like
it's paint remover, so yeah.
I think you used to be able to get it in 180 proof, but now like you can only get in 151. But they put a bottle of that upside down in it and let it sit, and they had a party, and they have a pond kind of thing, like a little fish kind of pond thing in their backyard.
The fish was vomit.
Kind of cool. No, people were jumping in there. My old bosses were so cool. I miss Subway.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Aaron. What have you actually been playing?
I picked up a Retron 5.
Yeah, I want to get
I was blessed enough I pre-ordered it back in September for like $74 or whatever, the initial, I guess, either Amazon speculation or maybe that's the number that Hyperkin gave them. Make a long story short, Amazon has a policy of honoring whatever price you pre-order at.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm surprised they kept it.
76
and if it goes down, then you get it cheaper, but it doesn't go any higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got it for $76. It came in on Thursday. I thought it was supposed to come in Friday.
Yeah. And what's it? 120 now?
It's 140.
Oh, 140.
$139.99.
You got it for half off.
Dude, you should have got 2 and then sold one.
Yeah. And it's funny that some conversations on Twitter with some folks, Tiny included, what we realized is if you order the black one, you're not getting it until August.
Oh.
So.
Is there any difference apart from the color of it?
No, just the color. I mean, maybe they'll find some, maybe they'll improve the PCB in it. I don't know.
They'll get some kids to hand paint it for them. Make this one black, not purple.
I noticed there was a bit of a conversation as to whether or not it was emulating the games.
It's emulating.
It runs on Android.
I know, but I guess I like to make up that it's a gray area because you're putting the cartridge in.
But it's not the original. It's not the hardware. It's all done through the software.
That is true. That is true.
Speaking of putting the cartridges in, watching your boxing video, and everyone should check out Aaron's boxing video. I'll probably link that in show notes. When you're putting the Sega games in the Master System, whatever, and you're putting like the biggest ones like you can find and stuff too. And I love your rumbling the system. Oh, that's hilarious.
It's tough. The
motion control and stuff.
Oh, the Yoshi Topsy Turvy.
You're like, you just go like this and this, and it was good.
That should work, right? I mean, the gyroscope should still function.
But those Sega games, you look like you're having a difficult time getting those out.
I don't want to sound like I'm being, suggestive here, but that's a tight slot. There's not a lot of room there, so yeah, you gotta put some elbow grease into it.
I thought you were gonna break the system.
It's funny, the black plastic in between the slots is kind of thin, so when you're pushing down on it to pull the cartridge up, if you put too much weight on it, those could snap.
Yeah.
Really easily, so don't do that, kids. Be careful.
Kids don't even know what these old systems are.
So basically, to spend too much time talking about the Retron 5, for the last 2.5 weeks, I've been pricing out power-based converters because they came out and said, yeah, it'll be compatible with the Genesis slot. And I almost jumped on a couple on eBay, and then I was like, nah, let me wait. So I realized that on StoneAgeGamer.com, they sell a power-based mini. It's like $38. You can't read the cards, just the cards, but up until today, I didn't own either. So what do I care? As long as I can play some games. So I went ahead and ordered one of those, and I stopped by a local shop, and they didn't have any Second Master System games even out. I had to ask, do you have any Master? The guy looking like Master System. What?
I'm too young to know what that is.
Like, he went into the back, I heard a lion growl, a whip crack, and then he came out like all bloody with a box with blood on it and said, there you go. All right. There were a couple of Master System games, and I picked up a couple of those, so.
I'm going to have to dig out my old Master System. It's somewhere in my mother's loft.
See, now you're showing off, Dan. See, this is what I don't like. I don't like showing off.
I'm not showing off. I just remembered there's one up there in the loft, along with my old C64.
See, there you go again. Making me feel bad. That's fine. Yeah, you should do that. What were your favorite games for the Master System?
I loved Wonder Boy and Monsterland.
Okay.
Brilliant sort of side-scrolling RPG / platformer. And you get these boots with wings on them, so you could like jump further or kind of fly even.
Was this the precursor to the boots that Link had?
Possibly. I don't remember. I'm not too sure on the time frame there. But yeah, great game. The only problem was, of course, no saves. So you'd either have to try to get it all done in one day, or you'd have to leave it on and hope that your mother.
I remember that, leaving the system on for like a week straight.
Yeah.
Or longer.
And yeah, there were no codes for it. You couldn't like write down a progression code or anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, most kids around you had the Master System, or I know it was more popular over there than it was here. Because here, like you had to ask people to even bring stuff out from the back. Like,
yeah, I never had a Master System.
I didn't. I'd recently moved to my grandparents because my mother was looking after them, and I didn't know too many people around there at the time. So I did know a couple of guys that ended up getting a Master System too, but I didn't think it was as cool because mine had the card slot as well as the cartridge slot, and you could plug in the 3D glasses, and it also came with the light gun and a 3D missile command 3D built in. So you'd be shooting these 3D missiles.
Wait, I don't know anything about this 3D stuff. I never heard of 3D glasses being plugged in.
Oh yeah, they were active 3D glasses, so they polarized and they kind of flickered, and that gave you a 3D effect.
They weren't like the Rad Racer ones, just the ones, the red and black or red and blue.
No. These were
actually
like
good.
These were more like you see in those magazines for like old people with like. Piss bottles when you get caught short on a journey, and then there's those big kind of almost like Stevie Wonder style sunglasses that go over your glasses, and it was really horrible. That's what they looked like. They had really thick sides and they were massive, and they would go over glasses because obviously people wearing glasses had to be able to use them.
Yeah, these look like I'm looking at it now. They look like the old people like super big glasses.
Yeah. But they worked really well, apart from the fact, it had to be plugged into it, so you could only move the distance of the cord, but that was fairly long. And the light gun was great. I love me a good old light gun game.
You have a CRT still?
Yeah. I mean, this was back in the early 90s. No, late 80s.
Yep, released in UK in 1987.
There we go.
Well, that was the Master System 2, at least. So.
Well, it would have been older than that because it was the first one. And it hadn't been out for long.
It'll take too long for me.
And I had a great light gun game called Gangster Town.
I heard that.
Shoot all these gangsters, and that was cool. But anyway, we've sidetracked. And
no, I like that. I mean, I don't get shit. I mean, most people don't have a Master System, so it's nice to talk about it because it's kind of forgotten a lot of times.
We don't talk about enough old stuff on this podcast.
Well, I also had, I've still got my Game Gear, and I had an adapter that allowed you to play the Master System games on the Game Gear.
With the same system, basically, so.
Yeah, basically. And
I had a buddy
Game Gear is
who
basically the same size, just with a screen in it.
Yeah.
the Game Gear is not as big as the Master System, man. That thing was pretty damn big compared to...
Game Gear ate some batteries, though, man.
Oh, yeah, I ended up...
6.
I had the...
The AC adapter?
Yeah, well, no, the portable power pack.
Oh, okay.
I had that.
And the AC adapter. Don't know where they've gone. A friend of mine had one, and he had the TV tuner as well.
I know a guy who had that, too. So basically, if you have any Master System stuff that you don't want...
I don't know what's happened to all my games. I can't find them anywhere. I had a DuckTales. Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't DuckTales.
Castle of Illusion?
I think he played. No, it was Donald Duck, and you had to rescue Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That was on Master. I don't remember that one.
It was on the Game Gear, and it was one of those ones where it's a side scroller, but it's constantly moving, so you've got to keep up with it. On some of the levels, anyway. But yeah, it was good fun.
Well, the one I just saw is, I think this is it because I think I have it.
The Lucky Dime Caper starring Donald Duck.
That's the one.
That it? Okay, there's another one called Deep Duck Trouble.
No, it was the Lucky Dime Caper. And that didn't have any saves.
Deep Duck Trouble. Oh, Majesco made that? Interesting. Yeah, I never had a Game Gear. I had a Game Boy, and I just,
You should pick one up. They're not that expensive now.
I've still got my Game Boy kicking about.
I've thought about buying a Game Gear, but I'm like, well, I have to have all the other accessories in order to use it for more than 10 minutes. So I was like,
Yeah, but
and let's face it, if you've got an Android phone, you can pretty much play all of those old games anyway with an emulator.
Well, to be
you
fair,
get them on 3DS now.
Why even buy I didn't even need a Retron buy. I'm looking at my Ouya, and I have a bunch of Famiclones and everything else, so I'm just an idiot. So
How are you getting on with the Ouya?
It's all right. I will say the UI has made significant improvements. I turn it on maybe like once or twice a month just to check out what's there. I have a bunch of money in the account that I never, I got some codes and just sitting there waiting for me to buy something.
He turns it on whenever he notices it has an inch of dust on it.
Exactly.
I better clean that. Might as well turn it on whilst I'm here.
It still works off.
I have a N64 to USB adapter, so what I often do is if a game's actually playing my actual N64, I'll just play it on the Ouya, and I'll play the actual controller, and everything's fine.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's a nice way of doing it that way. If it emulates it okay. It can be hit or miss, but...
You just reminded me I forgot to bring my lead back from my house. I've got a MHL lead, so I can plug my phone into the HDMI input on my TV. The main reason for getting that is at some point when I get something like an Elgato, I can do TGM tag-alongs of mobile games.
I still need to try that. Like, I have something for it, I just haven't done it yet.
Everybody loves Elgato. What about Hop Hog? Nobody gives Hop Hog any love.
Well, it's just an example. I'd have anything, I just don't, so.
I was told to get an Elgato, so I got one.
You were told, huh?
Yeah. I had known nothing about, what did you say, Hop-Hog or whatever?
Yep. I have like a bunch of Hop-Hog devices, but.
That's probably why, everything you capture shows up right on YouTube, and mine doesn't.
Well, I never go right from, I edit it and do a bunch of the crap, but yeah,
Oh yeah, I added it too because, well, there's a lot of crap that needs cut out.
Yeah, and you've got to add the intro and the outro for the stuff.
Well, I've taken up so much time, I'll just say that I've been playing 1001 Spikes on the PS4 and the Vita. That is, I forgot the term they use. They called it NES. There's some term that the developers use to kind of say that, not that it could run on the NES, but they tried to keep it as faithful to something that look like it could, I guess, run on an old system. It's brutally difficult platformer. You start off with 1,001 lives, and you just go. You die, you start from the beginning.
How they kind of work that in. Because all I thought was Spikes 1001, and I thought VVV.
I mean, maybe there is a reference there. I just, I don't know. It's great. I like it. It's a co-op mode. I'm going to force one of my children to play. So I can talk about it before I write up a little thing for the site. I play that, some Fract on the PC, some music kind of it's a first person music experience kind of thing, just interacting with stuff, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I just kind of figure out some puzzles and feel good about myself. So. And Transistor, I beat it, so I went into the recursion mode, which is a lot more difficult. I didn't know.
I really want to get Transistor.
You should. It's a good game. And
I'll be
some
Bastion first.
You should probably do that, yeah.
Yeah, I need to get Transistor. I have beaten Bastion.
I don't remember Bastion. I beat it, but I don't remember anything about it really, except for shooting a bunch of guns.
Well, if you want to learn more about it, there's an old podcast of Dan and Steve spoiling it.
Yeah. Okay. Bastion spoiler show. We haven't done a spoiler show for ages. We should probably do one at some point.
We are, as soon as Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead end.
You should do a spoiler show for Donkey Kong Jr. Math.
I will do that.
Okay.
He'll be talking to me for 5 minutes.
No, I want it to be 4 hours long.
Okay. I'll go through every second of it. I am walking over this platform. Falling on it or something.
I was thinking perhaps we should do a Witcher 2 spoiler / catch-up show just before the Witcher 3 comes out.
You should watch the movie / TV show as well.
Wait, what?
They had in Poland, they made a Witcher TV show. And I guess they just kind of took it on, pushed it all together, and made it like a movie. My buddy Mike J, really? He put us onto it, and he said it's not very good.
Well, I just typed it in and was seeing the who plays Geralt? Yeah, doesn't look like Geralt.
Doesn't look too good, huh? Yeah.
I'm really tempted to pre-order it from Good Old Games because having linked my 2 copies, my copy of The Witcher and The Witcher 2 through that account, and for some reason they've given me 3 copies of the game in Good Old Games as well, so that's kind of odd. Because I've already got the game, and it's like, here, have another copy of it, but got it on Steam. I'm just going to use that one.
That's the thing is, I want it to be on Steam because I have the other 2 on Steam. Which I bought them off of Good Old Games actually first, and then I bought them again whenever they were like $250 or whatever on Steam.
Yeah. But,
real fast. So thanks to Aaron, and I looked up the Witcher TV show. There's like a Playboy magazine with the front of it being Triss Marigold.
I am so watching that.
Sold.
I've got a thing for redheads.
I know what you like, right?
Wait, why didn't you go for Triss in the damn game then?
Because I know how the second one starts.
Yeah, that too. Alright, let's let Aaron finish up what he's doing.
Mario Kart 8, like half the world, not really half, but Mario Kart 8. And the last thing is some Scram Kitty and his buddy on rails on the Wii U. Very fun game. And that quick start thing is pretty cool with a new update. I tried it the other day. I was like, wow, this really does.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. I really love using it.
And only a year and a half late,
That's fine. I mean,
No, it's not. It's with more,
with more people getting it now, hopefully. Well, that's right. What I forgot to look up how many copies have actually been sold and everything. I know it said something about like 1.2 million, or I think that was it, 1.2 million or something like that was sold in the first week. I don't know. Or it was more than that. I gotta look it up. To see how many, the console bundles were sold. I would really like to see how many have been sold so far.
Well, I saw something about the Wii U sales increasing a hell of a lot in the UK.
Yeah, I saw that.
If only it would last.
And, if I had the money, I'd probably buy it.
I think once, they just kick ass on at E3, we're going to be like, yeah, everyone's getting the Wii U now.
The thing is, though, I mean, a lot of the Mario Kart games I've played have felt very iterative and just the same again, but with some different courses, and it's not really like proper driving game. You can just kind of steer vaguely in the right direction, and you'll probably get around the corner. Is this one? Is it a lot better, or is it?
I think it is, but I'm sold regardless.
Good. It looks really good.
Yeah, I don't care how it looks. How well does it play?
I think it plays great.
It has to be the best of the Mario Kart games.
But you're asking someone who, like, even if it wasn't as good, I'd still say I liked it. So I'm sold. Yeah, I'm sold on it regardless. So I'm probably not a really good person to, I have a bias towards it.
I mean, it's really the only racing game I play, so it's not easy to compare it. I mean, I played a little bit of Sonic's Transform Racing, but I only played that for like half an hour.
I played the first Sonic Racing, not the first, but the other one right before Transform. I played that for hours, and I loved it. It's, I think the difference is in terms of actual racing. Like because I recognize the power-ups and the characters a lot more than the characters in Sonic. And I mean, I know who Sonic is. I know who the guy from Crazy Taxi is and everything else. I love using the Alex Kidd, by the way, because Alex Kidd is awesome, despite what you've heard.
Listen to their podcast to hear about him. Actually, I think it was the last podcast you said something, or Tiny mentioned something about him.
Tiny's always hating on Alex, man. Always. Always hating. I like the Sonic games, and they're right beneath Mario Kart. They was Sumo Digital made those. They did a really good job, and they're doing the 360 version of Forza Horizon 2, so that should be pretty good. Even though I'm not going to play on the 360, but whoever does, it should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, there's one game that I was planning to get on the 360 when it came out, and that was obviously the first Forza Horizon. I never did, and I kind of regret that. I feel it's a bit too late now.
Probably with all the other racing games you played. Like, this is the worst game I've ever played. I'm never playing another one.
You go play Jet Car Stunts on Steam?
No, I don't play racing games. Like ever.
Game to add.
It's not Jet Car Stunts, is it?
No, Little Racers Street.
Oh, okay. I talk way too much, so we should probably just move on to someone else's games. I've been occupying too much time.
It's fine. People hear us talk every week. So it's not a bad thing. But since I'm next, I guess I'll get going. And since we were just talking about Mario Kart, I was playing Mario Kart as well. And was it the day it came out or the day after? Whenever me, Steve, and you and Tiny were playing it.
I think it was that weekend. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Good time was.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday because. Yeah, I didn't get to pick it up till Saturday because I didn't get to my brother's till midnight on Saturday, and I didn't get to pick it up till that day. But we had a blast. And I guess the other thing I want to say about Mario Kart 8 is I was just editing both the videos for Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8 today, and it looks so much better. Like, 1080p is gorgeous.
It's only in 59 frames per second, so it can't be that good.
Yeah, it's funny. They said actually, I think it isn't exactly 1080p. It's like stupidly a little bit less. But yeah, it's like it's not 60 frames per second. It's 59. I was like, oh no.
No sale.
Yeah. But yeah, I play with Steve the last couple of days actually, and it's been a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and we play with who's the other guy? Donnie?
Oh yeah, Donnie. Donnie is stupidly good at racing games. Donnie doesn't make any sense. He's into cars and stuff, but I mean, not that even matters in Mario Kart, but maybe it does because he's really good at any racing game. He's going to win.
I used to play Burnout Revenge with some of the top guys in the world. And there were times that I was just like, how the hell are you going that fast? I mean, the car everyone used did like 280 miles an hour. And yeah, I could get mine up to 360 at times with certain techniques. Not cheating, stuff in the game like drift jumping and stuff like that. But these guys, they just knew how to get every single bit. And I remember beating one of them once, and I didn't have the best car, and I was like, yes! And I ended up with a top 10 time in the world for that track, and I was like, this is brilliant. Right, I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah, that's you leave on top. That's how you do it. See, Dan, you know what's up.
Well, I had 9 people on top of me, but thousands below me.
That's the important part.
Yeah, but I just kept playing it, and it never did so good again, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, there's some people with racing games, they just seem to, it's almost like they see the code.
Yeah.
They're going Matrix on that shit.
Yeah.
Eyes bleeding. I'm winning. Okay.
I haven't blinked for 6 years, but I'm winning.
It's worth it to you.
Yeah. Another game I played, and it just seems like whenever I'm actually not driving in the car, I take my 3DS and I'll play a little bit of Yoshi's New Island. I'm slowly making it through. I'm on World 3 now. I'm like halfway through World 3.
Okay, Gary, I'm going to have to interrupt you and just ask you right now. Mario World or Yoshi's Island? And before you answer, make sure you answer correctly. Please continue.
I'm guessing the only answer is Mario World.
That is the only answer. You win! Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually, I don't think I played like the original Yoshi's Island or anything. But like I have played this one in another Yoshi's Island. I can't remember which one it was. But like this, it's just a little bit. I mean, it's really easy. It's definitely made for more of the children and stuff. But yeah, like just slowly making through it. I want to get through it faster so I don't have to play it again. But
are you enjoying it then?
It's not bad. I mean, it's fun for pick up for a little bit and run through a few levels, or try to get through a world or whatever, and then finish it. But like the bosses are kind of easy. So, other than that, I guess before I get into speaking of, since Dan's gonna praise it, I'll leave it till last before I answer it. So I played a little bit of Hearthstone and Teflon. The reason I played it for like 2 hours, stupidly, Teflon Jason said, "Hey, I want to kick your ass at Hearthstone," and kick my ass he did, because he's been playing a lot longer than I have, and well, I have a European and American account, and I'm playing on both. And getting cards slowly through both. So, he has a lot better cards. And, like, I'm looking at these monster cards or whatever he's pulling out, and they're, like, way, way better than anything I can get in my deck right now. And, like, the only thing I could do if I pull them out is the damn sheep thing that turns the card into...
That can be really useful. I've used that on Lee a few times.
I used it on 2 of his, and they pulled out another one right away. I'm like, well, I'm screwed.
No.
And it was funny because in the end, all he had to do was attack me once, and he would have killed me. Yeah, he toyed with me. He took me down to like 1 health, killed all my monsters, and then took me out. And to get revenge, which I didn't get revenge on him. Whenever he stopped playing with me, because I played 2, hoping to be in the second time, which was just stupid of me, I went on and I was playing the practice mode, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to toy with you in the end. And I thought it was Teflon, and I felt better about myself. But yeah, like I took this one character down. I had like 6 minions. He had 2 or something like that, and he had like 5 health left. So what I did is I took out all of his minions, took him down to 1 health, and then took my strongest monster and overkilled him. I was like, yeah, take that, Teflon. Take it. Damn it. I need to get better cards, and then I'll face him again and kick his ass.
I've never played Hearthstone. I hear a ton about it, and I've never
it's a lot of fun.
Myself.
I mean, my childhood was filled with Pokemon. My brother kicked my ass at Magic because he was asshole trying to teach me, which wasn't really teaching me. He was just like, yeah, just play and I'm gonna kick your ass. I've done card stuff my whole life, and this is definitely one of those fun ones for people that don't know how to play card definitely. Games and get into it and then maybe find a more difficult one later. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so I didn't get to talk about it too much last week because there's a lot of stuff edited out that people didn't hear because there's just a lot of talking, and the actual game section took about, I don't know, an hour and a half. Like it's going to take this one.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's not going to take that long because we're going to run through this faster now. But Murdered Soul Suspect, you're a cop, kind of. They got killed. Well, you are a cop.
Whoa. Spoilers, Gary. Come on.
Sorry.
Respect
I think
people's
you
time.
even mentioned on your podcast. It's like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but you get killed.
You're dead.
I was actually talking to Steve about it, and he was like, I don't get why there's bullets in his chest. And I was like, well, you kind of find out in the first 5 minutes.
Well, I get why they're there, but it's like, I don't know.
It was interesting how it showed up in him. I mean, it's not really confusing because he's not dead yet whenever that happens, so everything that happened to him shows up.
It's kind of a Princess Bride, mostly dead, Mad Max kind of thing.
But, like, I went through the first level and everything, and you're basically doing some... you find out that you kind of have to finish stuff in your... finish stuff that you have unfinished from your life before you can pass on to the afterlife.
That old chestnut.
Yeah. So, and they kind of explain it very... easily of why you can't go through like every wall and everything, because you can pass through some stuff and you can't pass through others. Well, apparently you start in Salem, so if people don't know Salem, look at the damn history book.
Yeah, Salem witch trials.
Yep. The Crucible, that was cool.
Yeah, or just watch the Crucible.
Yeah. Or read it. But anyway, there are buildings that are consecrated, which is apparently every single building in Salem. So you can't go into any buildings without somebody letting you in, and that, like, people opening doors is the only way you can get in. Which is funny because the first door gets open, a ghost comes out, and then you talk to him, and they tell you a couple things. And
he's very annoyed too that you're in there. Like, yeah, just look around, whatever, nobody cares.
Yeah, and then it's kind of weird and cool because you still do investigative stuff. Like there's this ghost who's trying to find her body, and you have to find out where her body is. And then she's all... It's funny because she's happy in the end. It's like, you're happy that you got killed or whatever.
It's closure, Gary, closure.
But she's happy and she doesn't care if she's a ghost and stuff. But dead. But then you go through, you do some investigation kind of stuff, and you can't move on to the next thing until you do the investigation. But you can figure out the answer to the investigation without finishing it. But for some reason, you still have to find all the clues before you can go. So,
yeah, I didn't like that. But I only did the first one, but I found that kind of like, let me just keep moving. Like,
did you get out of the apartment building?
No, I'm just in it. I just kind of got in there.
Okay. Yeah, and then you like go up to the top floor, where you're thrown out the window or whatever, and then that's like, I guess, the big investigation of that chapter or whatever you could say. But so far it's kind of cool. I want to play more, and then I'll get back to everyone. I was gonna play more today, but I was busy doing podcast stuff. Other than that, though, I guess I'll go into this one. My biggest game, because I was playing with my brothers, Monster Hunter, and I found out that, guess what? My character is gone. My first character I put 100 hours in, gone.
Ooh, wow.
Actually, it was over. It was probably like 120 hours.
So who did you punch first?
Nintendo. I went right over to him. Yeah, but...
Chief's not going to E3.
But, yeah, I actually didn't care too much once I started playing my new character, which I named because of my friends. My friends that I play Halo and stuff with. They gave me the nickname Ramass, so I named him Ramass. Which, to to make it less non-PG-ish, I guess, I'm going to call him Ramos. Because Nintendo Oki is a PG podcast, and whatever they do, like if we do play Monster Hunter again, I'll just say, yeah, Ramos. But I went through the first couple star stuff, played with Steve a little bit, did a couple hunts with my brothers and everything, had a blast. We went after Radian, and I died 3 times and probably made them like, wow, you suck at this game. Of course, I had no armor and I had like the beginning weapons, and they were like G rank, which is very high up there. So I finally got a little bit of armor and upgraded my weapons. I'm going to upgrade it again. And I just, man, that game has got me way back into it. I want to keep playing it more and more. So I'll probably be playing it for the next, I don't know, month until people stop playing with me and we stop doing hunts and stuff.
You need so much patience for that game. I just can't do it.
Not really. I mean, once you get into it and you get some good armor, I guess it's the, not being as shit. Because, it's that game where you have to get better equipment, kind of like Dark Souls-ish, where you got to get better equipment and learn how to attack monsters. And I found out, like, wow, from me playing and knowing what I'm doing, I am not getting hit as much by lower level monsters and stuff like that. So it's just, getting into it. And plus, you play a lot of different games, Aaron.
That is true. Too many.
You play every game and finish about 2.
Hey, that many?
maybe 2.5 or 1. I don't know. You do play a lot. Like all those videos you do of like all those. What are your videos called?
Have game will play.
Yeah.
There's too many of them.
You put up videos like at least once a week, if not like twice.
I'll put up like 3 at a time. I have like 18 like in the backlog. I'm still working on.
It sounds like my TGM tag-alongs I just put up. I mean, you got up man. Like the Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Like same week, and I took what was it like a month to finally.
Well, because with that, I didn't have to really do any write-up or anything. I just threw the audio together and just kept it moving. But normally I have to put up audio. I mean, I have to, do all the other editing and then do the write-up. And so I'm sure no one reads, but I do it just, sometimes there's some publishers that, hey, send a link when you have it up there. So I'll make sure I send it to them so they can okay. You hated it. I'm not sending you anything else. I'm like, well, it is what it is. So.
It's funny because we've talked about that on the podcast. Last couple things. And I'll name this first. Puppets Travels Through Time is maybe my... Shut up, Dan. Maybe my, probably newest favorite putt-putt game. It's very educational. Shut up, Dan.
Default.
You need to play a putt-putt game to know.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, if you played it back in the day, it's probably like the nostalgia thing that you're going to get. Or if you want your kids to learn stuff. Actually, this is like the best one.
I don't want them learning anything. Don't. Okay. Yeah, I'm against it.
Yeah, I don't like kids learning either.
I'm going to keep dumb.
That's right. That's what got me where I am.
But this one is actually very educational. Not for us, but maybe your 4-year-old child.
I love the chat we had the other night, and you said, "Oh, there was a type of dinosaur I hadn't heard of before. I think it began with P." And I went, "Was it a plesiosaur?" And you were like, "Yeah."
Well, I said I think that's what it was.
I'm glad it wasn't pterodactyl. That would have been worse.
That's what next game.
I think that was the second one you said too. Now I know what a pterodactyl was.
You didn't pay attention at all, did you?
Actually, I think I said, "Oh yeah, that does start with a P." I forgot about that. But Dan, you cheated because you liked dinosaurs back in the day, and I didn't go all dinosaur crazy.
I mean, I wasn't mad about dinosaurs. I was just interested in dinosaurs.
Now, was this after Jurassic Park came out, or?
Yeah, it's before Jurassic Park.
Just checking.
And then whenever Jurassic Park came out, he's like, "Oh my god!"
No, I was bitching about the fact the raptors were too big.
Oh god! Shut up.
Well, they should be about the size of turkeys, not 6 frickin' foot tall.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't have been as menacing. So.
Well, no, but it would be more realistic, and they were still incredibly intelligent killers.
Well, also having a single point of failure for a security system of a park with dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Probably also would have been a good idea. Just one
But also
guy.
having a park with dinosaurs.
There you go.
Speaking of dinosaurs, I completely forgot to mention about, well, it was my anniversary this past week, and...
No, wait, are you trying to say that your wife is a dinosaur?
Yeah, she's ancient. No, I'm older than her, so it wouldn't matter. Don't look at me like that. Oh, hey, Courtney, come over here. Come over here. Courtney, what do you have to say about putt-putt?
I don't understand why everybody hates putt-putt. It looks like fun.
There you go.
Man, she sounded like putt-putt then.
Now Dan wants to become my wife. Dear God.
Say that.
But anyway, no, nothing about wife dinosaur. Anyway, we went to a museum and it had a new dinosaur display thing, and they had dinosaur kind of.
Did you say nude or nude?
New.
No.
Oh, but you said nude dinosaur thing. Okay.
Well, I don't. Oh, the dinosaurs weren't wearing pants, so I guess they were nude. But they're. Speaking of dinosaurs wearing pants, there was the one dinosaur that the son of the show Dinosaurs. That dinosaur was in it, and I can't remember its name.
Baby?
No. The older like high school.
I
can't remember what he is, but the thing is whatever. Yeah, I don't know dinosaur names. So, but yeah, part of the putt-putt that you go into the Asian dinosaurs. One's like Old West, one's in the future, and one's in medieval times, kind of. And of course, everyone is a car, except for the older times in the Old West one, because there weren't any cars in the dinosaur age. Go figure. But there was a wheel, so. God, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, in the medieval time. There were carriages, and one was called Carriage or something like that. Carry, I don't know. It's really cool. It does adding and stuff like that, and teach you different dinosaurs and a bunch of different stuff, and it's very good for learning for kids. But I loved putt-putt back in the day, so I keep playing it.
Hey man, you like what you like. Nothing wrong.
I like what I liked. Put it that way, at least. I deal with putt-putt, and whenever I took my Victory Achieve picture, it was awesome because I realized I was drinking from a glass with a TARDIS picture on it, and since it was putt-putt travels through time, I took a picture of me drinking from my TARDIS glass, and, well, putt-putt was using a TARDIS to travel through time, so it made it just awesome. Anyway, let me get through the rest of these really quick, which is, while I was waiting for something to download, I played a little bit of Snuggle Truck, which Dan loves that game because he played.
Oh, I hate that game.
No, you don't, Dan. You love it.
I can't play it. I tried to do 24 hours for Extra Life. I only managed to do 17 hours on my second weekend, and I played nothing but Snuggle Truck.
That's a lot of doing the same thing. So yeah. Kudos to you.
And then I played like a little bit of Super Hexagon HD, and well, I beat my fastest time, which actually I had like 70-something seconds or whatever.
Your longest time, not your fastest time.
Longest time. Yeah, my longest time I beat. Even though I had a higher score on my phone, on the computer I reached like 65 seconds or something like that. I am nowhere near as good at that as a lot of people are. But anyway, this will transition into Dan very nicely. So after waiting forever for it to download, Star Citizen, I spent some money on that shit, and we'll just say $140.
Lee was saying, "God damn it, how much money's that guy got? He could have just got 2 of the basic ships and given me one." I was like, yeah. I try to manage my money well, even though I have to pay all the wife's bills. But yeah, I got the F7 something, F7N.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Ghost or no? Phantom.
It's is it the Hornet?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It's the Hornet Phantom.
Yeah, it's Ghost.
I can't remember. Ghost, Phantom, either one. And well, I found out that after spending that money, they don't give you alpha access anyway. So I had to go.
Sure, I told you and Lee that, and then both you were like, "Oh, I've got to get the alpha access." I was like,
you did, but I was hoping since I spent more money, I was going to get the alpha access. So I didn't. So what? Anyway, I had to spend an extra $5 and get the alpha access, and I flew my ship around for a little bit and went, yeah, I think I'm ready for this. And I got into the damn shooting bots or whatever.
Yeah, the Vandal Swarm. It's kind of a horde mode, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And I never died, but I was taking forever to get. I took a half an hour going through the first horde, and then I realized, hey, yeah. and then I realized, hey, I have missiles. Let's use missiles. Killed everyone. Did the second wave. Killed everyone in 2 minutes. Did the third wave. Killed them in about 5. Ran out of missiles. And then I was like, you know what? I can't shoot anything with a damn laser. Which is funny because you only have a laser and I have like laser, Gatling gun, and missiles. And I can't kill crap. So, we're just transitioning Dan now. Dan, what have you been playing with Star Citizen?
Yeah, well, I might as well start off with Star Citizen. It's the first time I've really kind of backed anything that's not been released yet. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Okay, there's not a huge amount to it at the moment, and it is definitely in an alpha build. It's version 0.8 that's out at the moment. And it's buggy, it's not at all optimized properly, and, there are a few issues that people are having with it. But it's the game I have been waiting years to be able to play. I've wanted something like this for so long, and, all the big companies have been like, oh, well, there's no money in it, no, we're not going to bother.
What were you saying? It was like
over $45 million they've raised now. Yeah, I mean, the consoles can't run it. They just don't have the chops to do it. But, yeah, there's obviously a freaking market for that kind of game because we're all, loads of us have been playing it. And it's, at the moment there's 2 maps, and it's all like in a sim, so it doesn't affect your ship, or, in fact, I can't even use the ship I bought because they give you a loaner for the sim. And, of the 3 ships you can use, Lee's got the crappiest one, I've got the middle one, and Gary's got the best one, of the chassis. And there are different variants between them. But basically, whilst Gary's got all the weapons he said I've got 3 lasers, one on each wing and one in the middle. And, on the nose. And I'm having no trouble at all shooting stuff. I don't know if it's because I'm using the stick or I've had experience with kind of playing that kind of game.
I'm sure you've had experience with sticks over the years. At least a stick.
Well, I drive a stick shift.
Sure.
We got real technical, didn't we?
But yeah, I'm really surprised at actually, in this early stage at how great it's looking, and I can't wait to play more of it. In fact, I'm probably going to play a little bit before I go to bed tonight. It's just so spot on. If you ever played like, what's the game? Galaxy on Fire HD2 on your phone, or if you've got it on PC, on the PC. It's that, but with so much more stuff. And then there's a Squadron 42 part of it, which is the storyline part of it, and then there's the PvP part of it, basically. And it's going to be absolutely epic. And you know what? When it comes out, it's going to be at least $60. You can pick it up now with beta access for, what was it, $40? And if you want the alpha access, you've got to pay another $5. I have played other stuff, and so I'll talk about those now. I picked up a bundle the other day, and I can't remember which bundle it was. It was from Bundle Stars, and I played 2 of the games from that. One is Little Racers Street, which I think I had a similar version, well, a game by the same people on my phone, on Android.
Isn't there a Xbox Live Indie version of that? That sounds very familiar.
Quite possibly. And I think there's a Little Racers on Android and possibly iOS as well. It's really nice, actually. It's got, dynamic weather and upgrades, and it's like an old top-down, sort of less more isometric racer. All about not hitting the sides and using your boost to win the races. And it's this nice little kind of time waster of a game whilst you're waiting for something else to download. Like, I don't know, Star Citizen. The bundle was ridiculous. There was 12 games for £2.50. And that was one of them. The other one that was in it that I've been playing, which I already had, and gave Gary my other copy of it, was Blue Toad Murder Files.
Okay, I think I have it on PS3.
It's interesting. It's episodic, but unfortunately you don't get the credits at the end of each episode, so I can't use them as entries for victory achieved. Which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of good, but also annoying because you have to remember stuff that happens because they ask you questions about things, and obviously you do better if you get stuff right. And you have to be observant. Like, one of the first questions is what colour's the train that brought you in? And I was like, oh, I don't remember.
Silver, grey,
blue. I know it was orange. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, it's a fun little game. It's a bit like a sort of Agatha Christie style whodunit murder plots with really over the top English accents and some quite funny animation. And yeah, it's not bad. It's certainly worth the £2.50 I paid for the entire bundle. Thanks to Gary adding me to his friends and family list, I have been playing a bit of Wolfenstein: The New Order. But I've still got a fair way to go on that. Really enjoying it. It runs sweet as a nut. Great fun. I need to get further into it before I can say more about it. I'm still fairly near the beginning. I have played another game that came in that bundle, Jack Lumber. This comes to you from the same guys that did Snuggle Truck. So it's Alchemy Labs, and it originally started as an iOS game. And I don't think they've ported it to Android yet, but it is on PC. And it is a very touch interface based game. Using the mouse works, but it'd be a lot easier if you just swipe your finger over the screen. And basically what happens is an evil tree kills your grandmother and then runs away, as trees do. And you play Jack Lumber, a lumberjack, funnily enough, who swears his revenge on all trees. And then logs come up and you have to... it's a bit like Fruit Ninja, and you've got to slice through them in the right way and as quickly as possible. That's pretty much the game. So, yeah, not great, not bad. I'm not going to try to play it for 24 hours. Unless I get some serious donations for the next charity event, and then I might do it.
You can do, Everyday Gamers, that's what it is. Where the other guy is actually supposed to be on tonight. Why can't I remember his name?
Meef?
No, not Meef J. But I would say he's like the main, basically the host of the show.
Yeah, I was talking with him last night.
It's not... crap, I can't remember his name.
I don't know why I can't think of it.
Eric Bouchard, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be on, and I made him play putt-putt for an hour because he said, if you give me $10, I'll play a game for an hour. So I gave him putt-putt. I bought him putt-putt, gave him a $10 donation, and made him play putt-putt for an hour, which you can beat putt-putt in an hour, so...
Now, is this why he's not on the show?
Yeah, he probably hates
possibly.
me. Oh, God, I love it. I'm like, This is like my troll. Is I'm making everybody play Putt-Putt because I'm just gonna buy it for them. If Putt-Putt goes 99 cents on Steam, I'm buying like 20 copies, and I'm giving it to everybody I know.
Well,
Nice
talking
guy, Gary.
of Putt-Putt.
It's just so everyone can get the experience and know how I feel about it. But nobody feels the same way. Why?
I played Putt-Putt. As I've written here, fucks off to the moon. It's not as. Putt-Putt goes to the moon. And it's a very basic point-and-click adventure for children. And it's also showing its age quite a bit. But the thing that really got me was Putt-Putt's voice, man. After 47 minutes
It's
of
for
hearing
kids.
Putt-Putt, I know it's for kids, but it doesn't have to have such a freaking horrible, whiny voice.
I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, man, I wanted to kill. It didn't matter who or what. I wanted to kill after 47 minutes of playing that game. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not playing any more of this.
Not 50, not an hour. 47, to be exact.
47 minutes. Yeah. And I was like, I've had enough of this. I cannot carry on. I'm right near the end, I think. I was just like, you know what? Fuck off. I'm sorry. I can't play it. Unless I have it muted and just the subtitles on. Maybe then I could play it. I don't have a problem with the old graphics or the interface and the gameplay or anything like that. It's just, actually, it's not just Putt-Putt's voice. It's some of the other voices as well. But mainly Putt-Putt's voice. And the weird thing, like, he has this aerial that comes out the back, but it doesn't just go up. He kind of bends over and he can pick shit up with it. And it's like, okay, that's kind of weird. It's like the world's longest, thinnest cock with a claw at the end.
It's the antenna for his
it's the
radio.
In the box.
I will defend Putt-Putt to the end of time.
Well, good luck with that.
You sound like
Not
me
very
with
hard for
perfect
me.
dark.
It's hard for other people to
See-
listen to me talk about it.
Putt-Putt is your perfect dark, Gary. That's okay.
I love
respect
Perfect
that.
Dark.
So do I. Do you have it on Xbox Live Arcade?
Yes, I do.
We should do the co-op and record.
We can do that. I have to buy Xbox Live Gold again, but
Oh yeah. Well, you will get free games with it. Well,
I think I have. I'm
Quote-unquote free.
sure I have a 48-hour thing or something.
yeah, I can probably dig one up, or we'll just put in a whole bunch of ones and hope for the best.
Well, I have played one last game, and I've mentioned it loads before. I'm still plugging away at The Witcher, but I've been really distracted recently with Star Citizen. So I haven't really done much in The Witcher. In fact, I think most of the time when I played it the other night, I didn't do anything and just ended up chatting on TeamSpeak and Twitter to everyone. But yeah.
We were looking at a lot of pictures of crap last night.
Yeah, no, it was the night before or the night before that. I can't remember. But we have reached the end of what we've been playing, so we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go for a piss. You're going to listen to some music, and we shall be back with the news.
When you speak, I hear silence. Every word a defiance. I can hear, oh, I can hear. Think I'll go where it suits me. Moving out to a country with everyone, oh everyone, before we all become one.
Okay, we are back, and we are bringing you some sort of gaming-related news. And the first piece, well, actually, I'm going to talk about the article rather than read the article out. And it comes from Kotaku, funnily enough. And it's written by Patricia Hernandez. And it's called The Terrifying Experience of Building a PC for the First Time.
Whoa.
And the thing is, okay, I get, it's the first time she built a computer, but I remember the first time I built a computer, and I didn't feel any of this. And she starts off with saying about her old PC that she had in 2011, and it's been through a lot, and it's given up the ghost. And, she's like, okay, it sounds horrible, it's died, I'm going to have to change it, and how there's no 10-year life cycle like sometimes find on consoles. And so she bites the bullet and follows a guide for all the bits to get a pretty nice PC. I mean, it's got a GTX 770, an i5 4430 processor, fantastic and really well-priced 212 Evo heatsink, fairly nice motherboard, only 8 gigs of RAM, a fairly nice Seasonic power supply, and the Corsair 900R case, which is, again, fairly nice case. And then she got the parts. And actually, it starts off with her saying, anyone who's capable of putting together a computer, of that I'm certain, but damn, I can't describe to you the sheer terror I felt when I had all the different computer parts out of their box for the first time, each with their own little thick manual written in such a way that it almost seemed like normal everyday humans weren't supposed to be reading it. And she's even read up on Lifehacker and had a look at guides, and she knew what the different parts were. She knew where everything went, but she just had this terrible fear of putting it together. And that, I guess, I've always been one of those kids that would take things apart and then try to put them back together, see how they worked. And more often than not, when I was younger, I couldn't get them back together. And there was a fateful time with a wind-up watch that, I don't think anyone can fix that now. Well, most of it's missing.
I hammered it back in.
And she ends up putting a shout out on Twitter to find someone that can help. And a friend of hers, JJ, who's built computers before, just came round and they got to work. And most of the time, she's kind of trying to help, but it is hard for two people to build a PC. There's not a huge amount of room in those cases. She, found out, kind of asked a lot of questions, found out how things go. But the thing is, it is so simple to build a PC. As long as you make sure that you earth yourself and you don't fry any of the chips or the motherboard or whatever with static electricity, you can generally just put it all together. I mean, I am an advocate for using, like, if you don't have a test bench or whatever, using the motherboard box and then building it on that to make sure everything works. And it's something I told a certain co-host to do, but which he didn't do, and ended up having a terrible time building his computer, didn't you, Gary?
I completely missed the last thing you said. What was that?
About how I suggested that perhaps you should use the motherboard case and box, to put the motherboard on and then put everything together and just check it works.
Oh, well, I have to do extra work for that.
But
not well.
In the long run, you would have done less work because you put it all in the case, fired it up, and it didn't work, and then you had to take it all apart.
It didn't matter anyway because I couldn't send it back because they said I broke it.
Yeah.
Even though I put it in the case, how the hell did I break it? Unless, like, I tightened the screw down way too hard, and I tightened that stuff down. It's not like you use a damn drill to put that stuff together. I put it down so it's snug. I put it down so it's, over tightened. I never heard a crack.
Did you earth yourself before?
I wore rubber gloves.
You did? Yeah. Latex gloves.
Latex, yeah. The last one went in no problem whenever I built Courtney's. Well, that wasn't even my first one either. Kind of was. It was second. Anyway.
I want to show off, but mine went fine in January. It's great.
With Courtney's, for some reason, all the motherboards, which one of the times I thought was the CPU because, I got my second motherboard. I was like, hey, this one should be fine because I just got it. I put it in all nice, neat, whatever, and it doesn't turn on again. So I was like, maybe it's CPU. So I got a new CPU, and it still didn't work. So I was like, okay, I need to get a new motherboard. And then I got a motherboard that wasn't the same as the one I got for before. I got a little bit more expensive one, and then it worked perfectly. And then I found out, well, hey, I have two CPUs now that cost like $200 or whatever, probably more than that. And I gave one to my cousin, so he was happy. He's not getting a birthday present this year.
He already got it.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because he only uses the computer for Minecraft server or whatever. But I gave him a graphics card too, and hey, that worked too. So I thought it didn't work, but apparently it does. So yeah, he got a graphics card that works. And it's a GTX 480, so it's not too bad. He can still play some games on it and everything.
I can certainly play Minecraft.
Yes, he can definitely play Minecraft on it, but he doesn't use that PC. He uses his laptop.
Oh man.
He just used that as his server. So I'm building him his own PC, and all he needs to do is get some more RAM in it, and it's good to go.
But yeah, there's also bits about the kind of elitism in PC gaming and how PC gamers love letting you know PC gaming offers the best experience. That's the beautiful graphics, mods, customization options, indie offerings, cheaper games.
Now, for some reason, you saying that reminds me of a picture I saw you put up on Facebook or share on Facebook today, which is Xbox One and PS4. There's two like scrawny, you can see their like ribs and everything.
Yeah,
and
which is the most powerful gaming system.
Yeah, and then it has on the bottom it has PC and this like bodybuilder, like I don't know what they call that stuff. God, man, or strongest man, or
There's some kind of roid fiend.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like all built and everything compared to the others, and it's like PC gaming.
I just shared that because I thought it was hilarious.
I was going to reshare it then, though.
But not accurate, though, right? Just hilarious.
Well, that's the thing, my PC is a budget PC, and it's probably...
It still works better than most things.
Yeah, it's probably better than the Xbox One and PS4.
My PC is definitely
at least on par, I would say, with their innards. But next time you upgrade, well, it's going to be better.
Well, yeah, I'm probably going to spend £400 on a graphics card.
That's a little ridiculous for me.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I think maybe like $250 is probably like. Well, that's the thing. I didn't even buy this one. Tiny and Mike got me this one for Christmas, which I really appreciate.
Which one did you get? Or they get?
They got me the box. I should know this. The GTX 60.
Oh, 660, yeah. I got that on sale. Actually, I put in the wife's PC, too, because I got Batman Arkham Origin with it, and I said, no, you can't have this. This is mine. So I got it for like $210, I think it was, in the end.
Yeah, I'm running stuff in Ultra. I mean, I kind of, because I didn't spend money on that, I probably went a little too far. But, I mean, I went into Micro Center and got the most powerful i7. Got a really good motherboard.
Which is good, because then all you gotta do is upgrade the graphics card, next time. Just get a Titan for $1,000, and you'll be good for a couple years.
I'll get back to you on that. But, yeah, I mean, I have 16 gig of RAM. I can go up to 32. It's nice. It runs everything without even a thought, so.
Yeah, and mine does that at the moment. I run most games on at least high, if not ultra, apart from Star Citizen at the moment, because... Well, actually, it doesn't seem to matter what I run it on. It's still really badly optimized, and the audio slows down very quickly. But yeah, the experience I get with it on minimum or the high settings are pretty much the same. It's just one looks a little bit nicer. But I can understand why people get consoles. They're just not for me.
I want my exclusives, so I'm going to get them anyway.
Yeah, I went nuts. So yeah,
you got everything.
See, I'm happy with my PC exclusives.
People talk about me having too much money. Aaron's got both consoles. I don't even have those yet.
Well, they were gifts. I was made an offer I couldn't refuse.
Anyway, it's an interesting article. Check it out. It's on Kotaku.com.
It'll be in the show notes, of course.
It's called The Terrifying Experience of Building a PC for the First Time. It really shouldn't be terrifying. It is very simple. And then there are some nice photos of other people's setups. So yeah, check it out. Try PC gaming if you haven't before. It's well worth it.
Dan will help you as much as he can.
Go to your local Blockbuster, rent a PC, and rent some games. Thank you.
I mean, that place doesn't even exist anymore.
Okay. Aaron, I guess you're up next with the next piece of news.
All right, next piece of news is apparently Satoru Iwata is giving the middle finger to E3 and just not showing up in order to protest. No, I'm kidding.
Now, what was the direct
Gary
quote
hits
from
him.
him? Yeah, I hit him and he's not showing up anymore. So what's his direct quote? Nobody cares about Nintendo. Screw you guys.
I'm not showing up. Watch the video. Roll the video.
I'm in there anyway.
Exactly. I already recorded it. His physician has advised him not to travel. I guess he's feeling a bit under the weather. So he's going to stay in Japan. And, you know, as everyone knows, or if you don't know, they're doing I guess a more souped up Nintendo Direct anyway.
It's going to be cool, I think.
So they're going to have a presence on the show floor, of course, but they're not doing a full out press event. And people are upset about that. I can't believe this, but what are they going to do at a press event? This makes sense for them. And whether he's there or not, I don't think that, if anything, if he was there, he'd probably getting booed or I don't know. I don't know what would happen. So.
Or a lot of praise because they're going to have the best E3 show ever.
Yeah. Well, he might get booed. He might get some praise, whatever. I don't know. I'm surprised he still has his job. So, yeah, that's Satoru Iwata will not be at E3. Not that it really matters. So maybe it was a slow news day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to see him like somewhere at the convention center, like clicking the play button or starting the stream. There we go. And we're off. So that is that. So yeah, I'm taking you're looking most forward to what Nintendo's going to show us.
I really, we'll get into it in the next segment, but yeah, I really want to see the Nintendo stuff. I'm hoping they have some really awesome things showing up.
My advice for you is, I would take those expectations and just bring them down just a little bit. Because
I didn't say I have any expectations. I want to see a lot to make the Wii U get this now. Or, these games are coming out, and when they come out, you will get a Wii U finally. Just like Mario Kart 8. Because that game is awesome.
It is awesome. All right, that's it. E3's canceled.
E3's canceled. Oh, shit. What are we going to do next week for a show? That's all next week's show I was thinking about. All right, so next piece of news. This one reads, Ubisoft's newest deal could be bad news for some PC gamers, which I completely, I guess, took that the wrong way because it doesn't matter for me, but it may be a little bit for, Dan. Fuck you, Dan. But apparently, because I started reading this while Dan was talking for his news article, this one says about, the kind of battle between AMD and NVIDIA and stuff. Ubisoft made a deal with NVIDIA, apparently, and we've seen a lot of different things like, Batman Arkham Origins and stuff like that, where games just aren't optimized for some systems or not systems, but that kind of, I don't know, Dan, what should I say for that? For the graphics card or the company?
Yeah, the kind of
style
more
of graphics
for AMD or NVIDIA with the when it comes to the certain things each platform offers. Like there's the PhysX for NVIDIA and there's whatever
NVIDIA.
it is.
Yeah, apparently Ubisoft made a deal with NVIDIA for their what they're going to be, I guess, doing their games with, like Assassin's Creed Unity, The Crew, Far Cry 4, and The Division.
I just can't understand why they do that.
Why they make a deal with them, or? Yeah,
because
well, you think if you put your I guess your crap. I like Unreal Engine 4, stuff like that. Like, I guess if you have that optimized for a certain build, then it's easier to work with than trying to do two different builds.
Well, yeah, but
just get rid of AMD. Nobody cares.
The PS4's based on AMD architecture.
What's
As is
Xbox
the
One?
Xbox One.
Oh, well, nobody cares about those systems. That's why you need a PC and get NVIDIA.
So it's going to be just as much bad news for console gamers as this PC gamers happen to run AMD.
See, I still don't get that whole, like, why stuff doesn't run as well on PC as it does on... I guess this could make it that way, but still, if you're making for NVIDIA, you'd think that, like, computers would be better, or NVIDIA computers would be better than even playing it on consoles, but, like, for some reason, PCs just get, like, screwed, while the consoles...
That's because we generally get crappy console ports, even though the game's been designed and built on a PC. When it gets to the final release and then the PC ports, it's always screwed over.
I don't even know how I didn't mention this, but I played Watch Dogs over the week. But I hear problems with the game, but like I haven't had any troubles with it. I don't know. I haven't had too many
the driving
glitchy
controls.
things. Well, that's not anything to do with what it's made on. That is just them not knowing how to do it. They're so used to those Assassin's Creed. Oh
no, it works
horse controls
much better with a gamepad by all accounts. It's just the keyboard and mouse driving controls are shoddy as hell.
Yeah, but for some reason my PS4 controller did not want to work with Watch Dogs. It may work now, but like whenever I first got into the game, I could not do anything. Like I couldn't get past the first bit of the game because I kept getting caught or whatever. Because you kind of had to sneak through, which is not even hard to sneak through. But my guy wouldn't go from cover to cover, and I couldn't do anything, and it was just a pain in the ass. Anyway, back to the news. Apparently the thing with or that they made their contract with or whatever, it's called GameWorks. And apparently, GameWorks is a recent initiative spun out by NVIDIA's existing products and services that was designed to put the company closer to the entire development process of a given game, giving a company like Ubisoft access to a more robust set of tools so they can bring an enhanced gameplay experience to PC gamers, as Ubisoft Vice President Tony Key put it in today's press release. So, I mean, that's kind of, I guess, could answer your question why they do that, Dan, is, you know, to try to optimize for that stuff. Yeah, but
why not do a deal with AMD and then optimize it for the PS4, the Xbox One, and all the AMD users out there on PC?
See, I just wish that they would do PC and then... I wish they'd do PC and then, you know, like... consoles also, or make for PC first and then consoles second instead of consoles and then PC.
Oh yeah, the worrying thing is the division that is growing between AMD and Nvidia, when you know some games run much better on one card than the other, and
I think Thief did that too, where there was a problem with AMD to Nvidia and stuff. There was just a big shitstorm between those two, where you know. It's either you're running on this well, or they have to put out a patch for this to make it work right, and there's just a bunch of stuff that it's never going to end. That's what happens when you get competitors that do the same thing, and that is like the main component of running good games.
And there's also that I can't remember what it's called, the technology NVIDIA have come up with, and instead of your PC waiting for the screen to cycle so it can put the next frame up, the graphics card and the screen can be perfectly in sync, and it's called I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's something that AMD don't do. And so
you're talking about AMD's Mantle stuff?
No, I'm talking about NVIDIA's stuff where you've got to get the right monitor to work with it properly. I
don't know anything about that.
It's called. It's a really cool idea, but the fact that it's at the moment only NVIDIA means that you know it's another kind of division between the two houses, which is slightly worrying for me because we're going to end up with, well, it won't be that far. Hopefully it won't go as far as what I'm about to say, but you could almost see it ending up with two different PC formats, one being the Nvidia and one being the AMD, and it being like having an Xbox or a PlayStation.
I mean, it'd probably be too hard to, do everything. I mean, I'm sure that's why they don't do it in the first place, because it'd take too many resources, cost too much money, and, they just...
No, I'm just saying, with the new technology, AMD are going down one path, Nvidia are going down another path, and they're divergent. And I can actually foresee a time when certain games won't run on an Nvidia card, but will run on an AMD card, and vice versa. And that would be a terrible game.
Well, I'm sure Well, I don't think that'd ever be a problem, because I'm sure they have similar things in each one, but they have something, completely different to them.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like in the future, not just around the corner. I mean,
I can't see them ever being that different.
Oh, I can. I mean, we've got AMD's Mantle instead of DirectX. If that takes off and games start supporting that in favor, some games support that in favor of DirectX, and then you get other companies going for NVIDIA instead of stuff that AMD can do, and if they drop DirectX support or something, it's possible futures. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
that's basically like the difference between owning an Xbox One and a PS4.
Yeah,
you can only play some games on whatever.
Yeah, and that's something I'd hate to see happening on the PC, because you'd end up having to have two PCs.
Yeah, that'd be. I think that'd be stupid. But one last thing. Or just
switching out your graphics card every time you wanted to play a different game.
That'd be ridiculous. Hold on, I have to spend $300 on two different graphics cards. But one of the last things I want to mention, to AMD's whole, going off on this thing. It says NVIDIA quickly fired back with a flat denial, but that hasn't done much to assuage the fears of PC gamers with fresh memories of Watch Dogs and Arkham Origins not running so well on their AMD-powered rigs. So, that stuff's not running well. Actually, I've heard people with NVIDIA saying not running well, and like the whole servers of Uplay being down, that didn't go well with a lot of people for Watch Dogs. Yeah, it pissed you off so much since you don't even have the game.
I couldn't play Trials on my phone.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, you couldn't do anything. Yeah, nobody could do anything with the Uplay. Of course, that's why screw Uplay, it shouldn't exist. Steam only. It was a monopoly, and guess what? It still worked perfectly fine. The only monopoly that didn't screw everyone over as far as I'm concerned.
Well, not yet.
Well, it can't now because it's got these other things. But guess what? They don't give as good deals as Steam does. Because it's their games, damn it. They can do what they want. But we'll go with Origin. They've actually put up a few things that are nice. Giving
a free
away
game
Plants
every
for
month.
Zombies or whatever. Oh, wait, they did Battlefield 3?
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I grabbed that.
Of course, Steam did Sniper Elite V2 free.
Yeah, which they do that every once in a while. They give a free game away, but still,
More often than Origin or
Uplay do. But if it's not free, it's $2.50, and why not pick it up? Like, if you don't have $2.50, you're probably a hobo on the street that doesn't have a computer anyway.
Or me.
Sounded kind of mean. I'd pick it, or you have a friend that picks it up for you anyway. Shut up, Dan.
Well, yeah.
I should name the podcast "Shut Up, Dan." Yeah, I've said it a few times. Anyway, let's get off this piece of news.
Well, the next piece of news is basically there's this kind of crazy company called Control VR who are making a product called Control VR. So nice and easy to remember. You remember the company name and you've got the product name, and it's some wearable technology. That looks really uncomfortable, man. it's basically designed to work with the Oculus Rift, and it's some gloves and some bits that go on your forearm and your upper arm, so that it can map your movements, so you can, play the games and it can track your arms properly. And the thing is, you've got to wear this harness thing over your neck, and then you've got these armbands that go around your, near your elbow, and then near your wrist, and then the gloves, and it looks ridiculously complicated. It's, well, not ridiculously complicated, but
we've talked about that damn flight thing too. That thing was ridiculous.
I mean, it's like a kind of Nintendo Power Glove on steroids.
Yep, pretty much.
Nothing beats the Power Glove.
Well, I think this does. In the thing is, they are seeking $250,000 to get the project off the ground, and 3 days after launching, because I think you get 30 days on Kickstarter, don't you?
Yeah.
They've raised about $200,000. So there are a lot of people out there that are really interested in it, but I don't want to have to wear all that crap.
In the end, it's just going to be a full bodysuit you're going to wear.
Well, there's this, there is a kind of, almost like a waistcoat thing, or, gilet, or, body warmer type thing that you can get that mimics the, basically it kind of hurts you, if you get shot in different areas in game. And so, yeah, you combine those together with these gloves and the Oculus Rift. And yeah, I can imagine you'd get a fairly in-depth, feeling, but you just have to be a huge fan of first-person shooters. I mean, I'm really looking forward to Star Citizen, as you may have noticed from what I said earlier. I'm not going to need that. I'm going to need a joystick, and maybe a hot-ass joystick. So I'm not going to need to map my hands, because the joysticks, the inputs from the joystick can actually tell where my hands are. So yeah, I'm not too. I think this is a stupid idea. I mean, why does it have to be gloves? I guess you could have different games and you could have sword and shield stuff, but if anything, the Kinect's kind of proven that people don't really want this.
I don't want to spend 10, 15 minutes putting all that crap on.
Well, yeah. And what happens if you've got a massive head and you can't fit it over your head?
That's true.
Well, you've got one tiny little hand, and so you have to get different sizes, and end up having to get two sets so that one can fit on your small hand and one can fit on your normal sized hand. It's just, I know everyone's going on about, immersion in games, but I can feel immersed in games.
There's a little bit too much immersion there.
Yeah, I mean, geez, what's next, What
do you think? You put that on, you got your treadmill whatever thing, you basically got your full body in the game.
And all you need is a lightning strike to get absolutely fried. Because this thing's got cables going all over the place, and it almost looks more like some sort of medical equipment than something that would be something comfortable to play a game in. I mean, yeah, okay, occasionally I wear fingerless gloves when I'm at my house in the winter just to keep my hands warm and fingers working. But it's not comfortable.
So you could wear a full bodysuit and just keep yourself warm all the time.
I could just put my freaking wetsuit on. But yeah, if you're really up, yeah, I'd love to get an Oculus Rift. But if you want to go the next step, I can't remember how much they're asking for. If you back the project for $350, that'll get you the harness and the controls for one arm. And
for one arm?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
$600 will give you the harness and controls for both arms. So yeah.
Who would? I want to know who would just go for one arm.
People with one arm.
That's all I can think of. Like, I guess, say you're right hand, left hand. I just want to use my right hand in the game or whatever.
I just want to strafe. That's all.
People that like driving games, but they like to drive really laid back, so their seat's all the way back and they're just there with one hand on the wheel going, yeah.
So they're going gangster.
Yeah. I don't know. Idiots. If you are one of said idiots, terribly sorry if you have this, but you're an idiot.
I don't go all laid back and everything, but I use one arm half the time at least.
Yeah, anyway, I don't really know what else to say about this other than, no, I'm not getting that. I may well get an Oculus Rift when it's released, but no. I'm sorry. I don't need to see my hands being moved in the game. I mean...
That's what you think now.
Exactly.
But in 5 years, you're like, man, I wish I could see my hands.
I'm just trying to think what game that would be useful in. Of all the games I play, I don't think
Your favorite game, Cooking Mama.
Now, if somehow that worked really well with like a game like Amnesia where you got to open and close doors, that would be kind of cool, actually, I think.
Well, yeah, but
like
why
only
not
those games, though.
Yeah, but why not use something like, I don't know, the Kinect, and that could do it without you having to wear shit.
Because the Kinect's dead.
Yeah, but something like it. It's. I don't think it's the most elegant solution to a problem that doesn't exist.
I think people just want too much immersion.
Yeah, or, they just want to be running through GTA 6 or 7 and be able to flip people off as they go past. I mean, I don't know, perhaps there'll be some vet simulators and you can use your hands and you've got to empty
perfect,
the blocked anal glands from dogs or something. I don't know. I mean,
Surgeon Simulator. It would work better than using your damn keyboard.
Well, yeah.
Have you played it? Because you try to use that keyboard, you're not grabbing anything right.
Yeah, no, I think I've actually performed the first transplant.
Yeah, it is not easy using. I can't even remember what it is anymore. I'm playing forever, but like using your keys to actually control.
It's A, W, E, R, and space.
Yeah, something like that. But that's just ridiculous. This would be perfect for that. That's about it right now.
Yeah. And that hypothetical vet simulator when you need to unblock dogs' anal glands.
Or shove a pill up a horse's ass.
Yeah.
Fun with suppositories.
It doesn't seem like there's any kind of force feedback on it. There might be. I haven't really bothered looking. I doubt.
So you feel when your fist goes up the horse's ass.
Yeah, and you can have when you're checking for pregnancy in cows, you can feel the fetus inside the womb.
Well, if you really want that, you get
get a cow and you shove your hand up his ass.
Well, I'm sure you could do something with some kind of pillow or something. They give you some for that.
Like some kind of giant fleshlight.
Can we be done with this?
Yes, let's move on. Aaron, take us away from this horrible future.
Gladly. Apparently, after a delay, supposed to come out in March, Shovel Knight from Yacht Club Games is coming out this month.
Yay!
And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a big fan of Way Forward, and the guys and gals who started Yacht Club Games came from Way Forward. And I was a big fan of the original DuckTales for the NES.
Woohoo.
Yeah, it looks great. I played it at E3 last year. Not E3. Like I've been to E3. At PAX East last year. And it was a lot of fun. It has a nice old school challenge that we all know and love. I don't know. You get to jump on people with a shovel and bludgeon them over the head, if not decapitate them. So
make a man with a shovel.
There you go.
I can't wait. I will be getting it, and I'm getting it on the Wii U because I need more games on the Wii
U. Yeah, I guess
It doesn't matter what you really play it on.
Yeah. The Wii U's fine.
I'll be getting it on PC as and when it's dirt cheap on Steam.
I'll just buy a Wii U for it. I mean, that's your reason to buy a Wii U, even though it's on everything.
What do you have against shovels, Dan? Come on.
Nothing. I just
I
don't
can
have
go
much
into my
money.
backyard and get one.
I prefer using spades or a fork, you know.
Or a nice hoe, you know.
Well, you know, right tool for the right job.
Exactly.
And decapitating people is more of a spade job than a shovel job.
Valid point. We'd argue with him if we could. So yeah, Shovel Knight.
Finally. See, I even think their tweet or whatever, whenever it got delayed, is like, it's going to be delayed for a short amount of time. It got delayed for 2 months? Or 3 months now. I was like, damn it, I was waiting for that. I didn't get to the Kickstarter, I really wanted to.
I think I might have. I don't even remember anymore. Kickstarter some more stuff.
Well, if you get a copy of it on Wii U and PC, you know, you can always send that code.
If that happens, Dan, you're the first person I'm thinking of.
Sweet.
But, anything else we can talk about Shovel Knight? Then it's an awesome game.
And should be Spade Knight.
Oh, well, I was going to say, if you have not enjoyed Double Dragon Neon by Way Forward, then do so. Because, yeah. I think some of the guys who worked on that. What are the Yakuza games, so.
Yeah, actually, speaking of that and whatnot, Nintendo Oki actually, interviewed those guys. It was a while ago now, but they had them on the podcast and everything. They talked about Shovel Knight and stuff. That was pretty cool. But let's move on to next piece of news. So we can start getting through this a little bit faster. And I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but Mario Kart 8 has something completely hilarious, which is just taken off, which is called the Luigi's Death Stare in Mario Kart 8. Yes. I don't know what Nintendo did or thought whenever they're like, yeah, Luigi's gonna drive past somebody, turn his head, and he's gonna have this fucking stare. He just looks like, I'm gonna kill you. But this article is like the internet reacting to it, and let me tell you what. The internet has gone full force on this, and I'm just gonna read a few of these little tweets from it. But it's like, if Nintendo was more responsive to online communities around their games, we just said it would be Final Smash Move and the new Smash Brothers. And I just pictured that. I was like, that would be awesome. Nintendo Nintendo's YouTube master plan involves revenue sharing on all these Luigi Death Search videos, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, you're supposed to get permission now to put Nintendo videos up, aren't you?
I don't think it's that, because like they have the Mario TV thing or whatever it's called. I can't remember. But I guess Nintendo's making royalties from all the videos they could put up of it, or you know.
Oh yeah. They're taking some of the cut that YouTube and the uploader would get if you get revenue from it. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. So many comments, stuff like that. People are definitely gonna have to look the link in the show, because there are pictures of all this stuff, and a lot of them look hilarious and stuff. This one, the Luigi Death Stare, is possibly the best thing that's ever happened to Mario Kart. I like the one below it, Angry Luigi Kart.
Yeah, I was about to read that.
2014's arrow in the knee. Today we're laughing. In 2 months we'll be rolling our eyes. In 6 months, laughing ironically.
Like, there's just a bunch of things. There's a picture that says Riding Dirty, and then there's a video. Somebody put up a video of him riding the chariot, and they have Riding Dirty playing in the background. And he drives past his whole Death Stare thing. It's just, I don't know, it's just hilarious looking at all this stuff. And, you know, people just putting a bunch of different stuffs in. This one guy in the movie driving away from, I don't even know what movie it is. Whenever he's driving away, Luigi's in the back of the car, and he's giving Death Stare. It's hilarious. All these different pictures, you know, memes.
Mario Kart 8 Judgment Day.
I was about to say that one next too. They replaced Arnold Schwarzenegger's head with Luigi giving him red eye and everything, like that. And it's just hilarious. It's funny as hell. My favorite is probably the way lower in the post is what's it called?
Name?
That's was My Little Pony video or whatever. They're playing like part of an episode, and then Luigi shows up, and they're like running away from Luigi. Shit's so good. I don't know why I find it so funny, because memes get way overdone sometimes, but like the death stare just took off, and I laughed at it because I was playing the game and everything. This article is really going nowhere. It's just laughing at it, and other people will laugh at it when they see it. But Aaron, no, not Aaron. Dan, take the next piece of news.
Well, there is a new study in the States, and it's been commissioned by Twitch, so, it may not be that accurate, because obviously they're trying to get people to watch people playing video games. But apparently this study from Life Course Associates surveyed... Oh, why wasn't it? Oh, they surveyed the wrong amount of people. Instead of 1,337, they surveyed 1,227, and that doesn't spell beat. Anyway, they're aged between 13 and 64. And they wanted to try to discover the social differences between people who play games and people who don't. And the reports found that people who play games tend to be more educated. And 43% of gamers had a college degree or higher, whereas 36% didn't. I don't know about you guys, but I can do some maths. What's the missing thing? It's either gamers or not gamers. Where's the rest of that graph? Anyway, apparently people who play games are slightly more likely to be employed full time and be in a job they actually like.
So non-gamers are in a thing that they like, or in a job they like, because as far as I'm concerned, nobody is in a job that they actually like once they get into it long enough.
No, I enjoyed working at the paintball place I worked at. That was good fun. 47.
I should say professional, not hourly.
I was a manager.
Rate. Well, not hourly rate, but I
was on salary.
Really?
Yeah.
Paintball place had salary? That's UK. I don't know how UK worked.
Yeah. I was earning £20,000 a year after tax when I was 18.
That's not bad.
I know.
Not at all.
It was a good job. Anyway.
I made my my first job. And that was a lot harder.
45% of gamers agreed with the statement, compared with 37% of non-gamers. I'm not too sure. Anyway, 67% of gamers said that they felt positive about their future career, whereas only 42% of non-gamers said the same thing. But apparently the social implications are the most interesting. Gamers tend to believe that they have a positive impact on society and the people around them far more than people who don't play games. Nearly 80% of gamers said they had a good relationship with their parents, compared with 60-something%. It's hard to tell from this graph. Gamers turn out to feel that they're more creative than non-gamers. They felt that it more important that the company they buy products from supported social causes, and they also feel better about companies that have ethical business practices. So if you're not a gamer, you're a bad person, but then you're probably not listening to this anyway. So yeah, screw you, non-gamers.
Well, it depends how you look at it, because, some of those news articles, look at this. This person played games, so they killed somebody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's that freaking idiot that was saying about Watch Dogs. I can't remember his name. And there's this bit where
hacking,
it's teaching people how to hack. Yeah, if I could hack shit just by pressing X, I would have so much cash. But no, you can't. And then he went on to say that video games are so new, we don't know what the long-term effects are. I'm 35. Video games are older than me. I've been playing them all my life, and I'm still a fairly normal person. We all have our own issues, and
it depends how you look at normal, Dan.
Well, I haven't gone out and killed anyone for quite some time.
Well,
I kill everybody in games or in dreams, so we're good.
Yeah, it's just, there are so many people that, especially in governments, that seem to have this actually no clue at all when it comes to technology, video games, and even, quite scarily, the internet.
Of course, you are going to have to watch, because I can't let Dan play him or Putt-Putter. Apparently he's going to start killing people, so maybe games do affect, I don't know.
Hey, if I get Putt-Putt banned as a result of a killing spree, it would almost be worth doing it.
Wow.
It's horrible. That's so bad. Good thing you're over in the UK. Of course, it'd probably be, if I ever go over to visit there, I don't know, he's gonna kill me because he had to play putt-putt, and then man kills guy over putt-putt. Oh, man.
Yeah, so basically round up with that, it's good to be a gamer. So, yay. Okay, Aaron, your last piece of news.
The moral of the story is, apparently, a gentleman by the name of, what is his name? Michael Thomason from Hamburg, New York, which is fairly close to where I grew up, Buffalo, New York, is selling his massive gaming collection. And
that is
crazy.
Huge.
When I say massive, this is over 11,000 games.
Yeah, it's he got the Guinness World Record for having the biggest game collection,
which is incredible. And let's put it this way: you get every game released for the 3DO, the Action Max, the AGP X system, Atari 5200, 7800, the Jaguar CD, the Lynx, Buzz Time, Captain Power, Game Boy Advance Reader, Geo Pocket Color, the Virtual Boy, the Nuance, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, Tapwave Zodiac, Tiger Game Com. It was this Game Com, right? You don't pronounce the dot? I don't remember. Anyway, TurboGrafx 16 CD, TurboGrafx 16 Super CD, and there's more. But that's
that is a ridiculous amount of systems to have every game on.
Oh, I mean, well, he's selling it because there's some immediate needs for his family and extended family that need to be addressed. And as of a couple of days ago, the top bid was $50,000.
I think he's actually selling it because he's realised he could play all of those with emulators on a PC, and then he could actually
because I will never, I guess, unless I have family issues like that, I don't know. I will never get rid of any of my systems, any of my games. I still have
he's got multiple versions of systems. If there are special editions, he's got those as well, like the 360s.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
How do you even collect all that? Okay, well, the highest bid right now is $90,751. So,
I mean, with all that stuff, you could set up a gaming museum and start making your money back.
You really could, but it said immediate needs, so
You rent the building and you get a load of different coloured armbands, and you give people a certain amount of time, and when
that would be tough to part with, man. I would just spend hours just looking at that. I would just.
I know, yeah, but I guess if you did do that, you'd have to set up something so people could play the games. What you do is you set up like not a record player, but Jukebox. Yeah, there you go. Jukebox, where it takes the game out, puts the game in, and you can play it, and then $1 every minute you get to play a game or something. I don't know.
Oh no, I did $10 for an hour, and you can play whatever the hell you want whilst you're in there, as long as no one else is playing the last one of that system. You just have to play something else until it until the 2600 frees up or whatever.
I mean, just going in there would be awesome. But being able to play some of those games and stuff would be amazing.
But that's how I'd run my gaming museum if I had one. It'd be like some of those pools. You get the armband, and then after a certain amount of time, they say, everyone with a pink armband, come out now. You'd have people patrolling. Yeah, and obviously no food or drink inside, because you wouldn't want anyone spilling a Coke over.
Oh, trust me, I would have that shit, behind glass.
Oh, yeah. But you still don't want them spilling it over the controllers.
Yeah, true. It's a little bit cheaper to get than the system in all the games.
Well, no, some of the controllers you probably can't get.
If he has a game museum, he probably has more than one.
Well, he doesn't. I just came up with the game museum idea.
So are we putting our money together to buy this thing, or what are we doing here?
Yes, we're all spending our next three our next three salaries for the year on it.
I think I've got about 50 pence on me at the moment.
You'll buy in for 1/3 of a game.
If that.
I buy some crazy stuff, but let me tell you what, I am not spending what I could get a house on for that.
Well, a house, a really nice car, and pay off all your bills.
Well, depending on how expensive the house that you're getting, the one we were looking at was $20,000. It wasn't too bad.
It's gonna go up. I mean, what's it at the moment? 90,000.
Yep.
Oh wait, the last time I looked at it was 50,000.
Yeah, the article said 50, but yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Next bit then, I guess, Gary.
All right, we're gonna go through this real fast. For people that don't know, I can't remember if we talked on the podcast or not. The guy does the, was the composer or whatever for the Halo games and stuff. This article says Halo composer sues Bungie CEO over unpaid benefits. So guessing he didn't get any of his benefits after he got, I think he got laid off, right? He didn't quit. They got rid of him. Anyway, it says former Halo series and Destiny composer Barton O'Donnell is suing Bungie CEO Harold Ryan over allegedly unpaid benefits of, according to a filing issued with the King County, Washington court. So, yeah, I guess he's not happy for not. I don't know what benefits these are. I don't know if it says in here.
Actually, I remember going to a fireworks display, and I had one of the video games live albums. Actually, it might have been the one with the London Philharmonic Orchestra. It was either that or the other one that Steve went to see, and the Halo theme tune was playing whilst I was watching these fireworks, and it went together so well. I was just like, yeah, this is awesome. And I was like, why are you listening to that? Like, because it's fitting with these fireworks, and they don't have any music here. And I don't have to listen to you and Alice to talk. That was awesome. But yeah, have you figured out what benefits yet?
No, it doesn't say any of the benefits as far as I've seen. So that's really it. He's just suing the CEO over it.
Like
he's not suing the company, he's suing a guy.
It's personal, man. This time, it's personal.
He was meant to give me head for every 1,000,000 copies, and he didn't give me.
I mean, he wasn't happy to begin with. I think he sent out a tweet or something whenever he did get laid off from, composing for those games, that he was not very happy about it. So, yeah. I mean, he did some good music. I mean, hell, you listen to Halo soundtrack and the whole whatever. I did that no justice. Yes. He did some awesome stuff for them, and them just getting rid of him is probably a kick to the balls for them. We'll see for the next game and next year. Anyway, that's it for that. Let's get through. Dan, your last thing you have here.
Yeah, I only just added this in because I don't think we've talked enough about it, but I'm really enjoying my first community-backed alpha. That's Star Citizen. Whoa, it's awesome. Go get it. Unless you don't like that kind of game, in which case just ignore everything I've said about it, because you won't like it. Okay, we are going to take another quick break. We shall be back after you've heard some music, possibly from Halo. You never know. And we will be back with the quest of the week, the cleanup, and the stuff we've had from you guys, and all of that goodness. So, yeah, be right back. Okay, we are back, and well, we'll start with last week's question of the week. We asked you guys game would you like us to review, and again, our most loyal listener is the only person to reply, and that's obviously Teflon, and he says, the Gamesmen RPG, hashtag TGM Quest, review Wolfenstein, Dark Souls 2, Thief, and anything else you've played through.
So, he was telling me on TeamSpeak a little bit earlier before we started. He's like, I was trying to think about this stuff, but I couldn't remember, so I just said everything. So yeah, speaking of that, I might as well say it. I did start on my first review, and that is of Among the Sleep. I got, I'm actually almost done with it. I got like 3 or 4 paragraphs in. So you'll see that in the next, probably tomorrow. If, well, maybe not tomorrow, because, editing the podcast and everything. But hey, we're going to get reviews up. It'll be nice.
Indeed. And I might even work on something as well. So that's what we got back from Twitter, but Gary actually put stuff out on his Wii U, and he got a ton of replies, so he's going to run us through those, and then we're going to have to get Aaron's thought, because...
we want it.
But, Gary asked, what do you want to see from Nintendo at E3? In fact, I think he asked that a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
No, Well, sorry. I actually asked this while we were podcasting, but I asked before. I put a long little Wii U, message saying, "Hey, we're recording a podcast. What do you want to see?" Blah blah blah, blah, and a whole bunch of stuff. And I got one reply on that. And the problem with this stuff on the Miiverse and everything is, well, people put up stuff so fast that your stuff gets lost. And I'm surprised I got this many back this time, but I put a long one. I got a reply, and the guy deleted his thing like 5 minutes after. So I don't remember what his is, but yeah, this one was, what do you want to see from Nintendo at E3? And I got a couple yeahs. I was like, why are you yahing this stuff? Well, the guy put yeah. The first guy put yeah. They said Mewtwo. Let's see, or no. Wait, some went away. I think, but it says Mewtwo, and then it said something else, I think. And I was like, you got any games to say with that? Yeah. And I got a whole bunch of replies after that, and then he finally did his. But yeah, I got yes from the TomTom and Dr. Mars and Giannis. And then the TomTom said Mewtwo, and he said, let's see, HD Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart 8 DLC, Zelda Wii U, Majora's Mask remake, which would be awesome. I can't wait for that stuff. And then Smash Bros. 3DS release. Wait.
That's the one.
Yeah. That's coming out this summer, and I think it's around August. Something they said. I don't know, like the actual date. So yeah, seeing that release date would be good. And they said, and more details, GameCube Virtual Console, which yeah, that'd be awesome as well. Hyrule Warriors, Pokemon Oris, which I have no idea what that is. Of course, it's in capital letters, so I don't know if it means something that I'm not sure about. I said Yarnoshi and Miyamoto's new franchise. Then a guy named Daniel, he says a Metroid title for 3DS and Wii U. Matt says new IP from Retro. Unlikely, but that would be amazing. And yeah, everyone wants to see some new stuff from Retro. Speed Dad Ives. I don't know.
Speed Advis.
SPEEDADIVS. Says
Advis.
hot Nintendo booth babes. That doesn't happen at Eurogame because they ban those.
Yep.
And then Andrew puts in a bunch here. He says, 1, a release date for Smash. 2, Pac-Man and me in Smash. I don't know. It says Game Boy Advance to Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow on Virtual Console and 3DS. And yeah, that'd be cool to see those old ones from the Virtual Console. I'd probably get them. I don't know. 4, 3DS Sports with Wii Remote support. And I don't even know how that would work. I'm not sure about that one. And it says a 3DS XXL model. And 6, a Mario Kart remake on the 3DS and Wii U. I'm guessing that's like the first, like Super Nintendo one and stuff like that. And then Juma says Minecraft for Wii U, which it's on everything else. Why shouldn't it be on Wii U? It can run it. Damn you.
My phone can run a version of it.
Yeah. And then AKA1 says, all I'm waiting for is the release date for Super Smash Bros. Wii U / 3DS, and among other things. So yeah, I'm glad. I got a lot more than I thought I was gonna get on the Wii U for that. I'm glad I put that post up during the podcast. So,
okay, well, for this show, we are asking you, as by the next show it will be kind of done. We want to know what your favourite news from E3 was. Obviously, we can't say anything about that because it's not happened yet as the time of recording. So,
Back from the Future. Microsoft pays Square $1 billion to have a remake of Final Fantasy VII be exclusive.
Oh yeah, and Valve actually announced Half-Life 3, didn't they?
Oh, that too.
Yeah. And
somebody said something on the Miiverse about Valve does something with Wii or Nintendo or whatever, like exclusive and Nintendo stuff, and then I put up a post in it saying, yeah, and Half-Life 3 is brought to the Wii U.
And then the good smoke comes out of it.
But yeah, but I guess other than that, Aaron, what do you want to see from anybody for E3? Not like what has been announced, but something that you want to happen.
Do I want? I don't. I'm pretty satisfied with what Sony's laid out for PS4, so I don't really have anything I particularly want. I'd like Microsoft to come out and kind of, they've been, riding the ship little by little, trying to earn back people's trust, interest, what have you.
They've gone 180, as everyone's
yes,
on all their
they have.
stuff.
And so much crap as we've all given them for a company that size to make that many changes in under a year is unprecedented.
See, you can say, it's good on them for doing it, or you can say,
they're surviving.
they have no trust in themselves to keep their promises or whatever. Because Wii U has done exactly what they've done for since they announced the console. They have not gone back on anything, and people that keep saying, "Hey, I want this stuff to come," like Nintendo titles or whatever coming out on different consoles. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. You shouldn't even say that. You shouldn't even expect it or want it. It's never gonna happen. That is a Nintendo property until Nintendo goes down. And apparently, what people want is them only making their games to come out on one of the consoles. You're never going to get that shit. And it's never going to happen.
I know what it is. Basically, it's this. I don't want Sony to kill the Vita.
And I've been saying, I want a Vita. There are games that I want to play on it.
There's a lot of games on the Vita. But they're mostly indie games, so for people, that doesn't necessarily have the biggest mass appeal. But I'd like Sony to just keep doing what they're doing. I'd like Microsoft to.
You can say that about the Wii U too. They are not getting as much third-party support as they are with the weird other games. I saw in your outline, you had what was that called? That cat game thing.
Scram Kitty.
Yeah, Scram Kitty. And that was a pretty cool game for, indie game and stuff like that.
What do you mean by foreign indie? No, I'm playing. I like Microsoft to ironically show us something for Kinect that actually looks cool. So despite the fact that they, quote unquote, killed it off to show, to say, hey, it's an option now. You can get it if you want, but here's some cool stuff for it. That would be nice.
Well, they have that whole Fantasia. I can't.
Yeah, but it's something we don't know about, though. You have the indie game Fru, which looks pretty cool, and then you have Fantasia.
The problem is with the whole Xbox 360 and the Kinect, is people could get it if they wanted it, but nobody was making stuff for it, and then they put it in with the one, and it was okay, everyone has it, so make some for it.
Yeah, it's a debacle.
And then they get rid of it, and there's no reason for people to make stuff for it again.
No. That's what happens. Tim Schafer just walks behind walks behind Phil Spencer, and just points up at one of the big screens, and it says "Connect Party, 2 now available on Xbox One," and then just keeps walking off. My kids and I will be thrilled because we love that game, so we'll be thrilled. So I'm hoping they give us something, because I'm doubtful that'll happen, but it'd be nice. And Nintendo, I don't know. I guess I don't feel the need. I play my Wii U enough. I don't know. I don't think I'm salivating for anything. Maybe a new Zelda, but I don't. No, you know what? GameCube stuff. Announce the GameCube stuff for Virtual Console. That would definitely interest me.
I want Mario Sunshine HD
with inverted controls.
Yeah, with different control streams.
Because I started playing it on the Dolphin emulator on my PC, and I inverted them, and it was actually playable.
Yeah, it definitely would be nice to have that, which is funny because I said something over tweet for your podcast. That said something like, I didn't even notice it because I was so young and, whatever. But, yeah, that would be awesome. And I just thought, if you answer this week's, because apparently this whole stuff with the VNA shipping stuff is dead because nobody wants it, I don't know. And Teflon's the only one that answers, and he already has the stuff. And speaking of that, he said, Dan, that he doesn't want the stuff that you're going to give away next because he's won so much stuff from us or whatnot. So somebody else is going to have to get it. For this podcast, my friend apparently doesn't want any of the games that Nintendo is offering for the Wii U. So what he said is he's giving his code away for the game that you can get free for getting Mario Kart. So that is either Mario Kart Party, Wind Waker HD, is it Pikmin 3? I can't remember. Aaron, do you know what the other ones are?
Oh, well, we probably Pikmin 3, new Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda.
Oh, Mario Brothers, or Super Mario Brothers 2? No.
Whatever. New Super Mario I can't even think. New Super Mario Brothers Wii U.
That's what it is, yeah.
And Nintendo Land.
Oh, yeah, Nintendo Land, yeah. So, if you want any of those games, answer the newest Quest of the Week, and you can get a code for that. Now, I'm guessing that works for anyone that puts code in. But my friend's like, hey, you want a game because I got this code and everything. I was like, I don't know if that'll work if I put the code in. So I don't know if it works if you put it into Club Nintendo or whatnot. I haven't even redeemed my new code yet, so I'm gonna have to look at it.
Mine worked.
I was saying, I don't know if what'd you do? Did you put it into Club Nintendo and they gave you a game or what?
Oh no, I did it on the system.
Oh, in the eShop?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it can work for anyone.
And they make it obvious on the Wii U as redeem code is at the top, whereas on the 3DS you have to go to settings, sound test, quit, exit, and it's like, what?
Okay, so apparently anyone with Wii U can get this. And if nobody answers it, guess what? I'm getting a game for myself. So answer it so I don't get a game. I will give that code away to whoever, So I would say with your answer to the quest, say I want this game because I've tried giving stuff away before and people have said, oh, I already have that, so yeah, I don't want it. So
it's
answer
really
with
hard to give stuff away.
Apparently, and I thought it'd be really easy. It's like, hey, we have a free game. You want this? I have Dark Souls. I have 10 different games I can give away right now on Steam, and nobody wants them apparently. So if you want a game on Steam, I don't know, tweet me at Amherst_ or tweet me at Amherst89, ask me for a game, and I will let you know what's on my Steam, and I will give it to you. Because I have too many games to give away.
I know how you feel, Gary. Every time I give away a code on my podcast, I never hear anything. I'm like, did anybody get it? No one says anything. Hey, I got it. Nothing.
You have 100,000 people.
I wish. I wish.
I mean, I look at Internet Archive, whatever, and people that download the podcast is 20. or whatever, but I don't know if that. I'm sure it doesn't count people that use iTunes or whatever. So I can't. You can't tell how many people actually look at your podcast. But on the site, it says this many people saw your podcast or looked at your podcast. Your thing on the site and everything. I'm like, woo, we got more people this week than we did last week looking at it.
Yeah, that's how it begins.
We had a busy week this week. I was happy.
First you look at it, then you touch. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, and a quick heads up, we don't normally do this, but next week's show, we're giving away $110 worth of, well, something. More will come clear then, but make sure you keep an eye on it. We're also going to have an indie game developer on. We'll be talking about E3. We're giving away a load of stuff. Don't forget to check it out. And
I was just say it's on Steam, so people with PC will be happy.
Yeah, it's PC stuff, not anything else. And I guess that takes us to the cleanup. So, Aaron, we've not heard from you a huge amount in this last bit because Gary did a whole load of reading.
I love reading stuff because I can't do it right.
It is fundamental.
Why don't you give us the amazing amount of TGM checks we've had through, and then we'll move on to the shout-outs and the general kind of cleanup stuff.
I'm sorry, am I doing shout-outs now, or what?
No, you're doing the cleanup and TGM check.
Yeah, just say, okay, this week's TGM checks.
Sorry. This week's TGM check comes from Teflon12.
Yep.
He says, Watch Dogs and Max Curse of the Brotherhood on Xbox One, Hearthstone, Diablo 3 on PC.
He's real loving Diablo 3. He was telling me about it, and I have to play that with him. It's funny, because I mentioned to him, I was like, oh, what are you playing Diablo 3 on? And he, like, started laughing at me. He's like, are you, like, stupid? Because apparently Diablo 3 should only be played on the PC.
That wasn't a dumb question. I mean, it's available on the 3DS.
Yeah, 3DS. Maybe not that, but yeah, Xbox One. And I think it's coming to the PS4. I don't think it's on there yet. I can't
does favor a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, which actually is one of the things he said. And I was like, I didn't know. You own an Xbox One? I wasn't sure. And he's like, that's a PC game. I was like, good on you, sir. There's a pat on the back. But yeah, he's playing on a PC. I'm going to have to play with him sometime. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I own that game. I should probably play it at some point. Again.
You have to be in that style game. You play Torchlight and stuff like that, so you like that stuff.
Yeah, I did. I liked it.
I should probably pick it up.
Finish it, but I liked it.
Mm.
It was cool. I'm glad he's playing Max Curse of the Brotherhood. Very underrated game.
Which is still need to play, but you can't get you can't get that on the PC, right?
No, but probably in time.
I can't remember what it's on right now.
It's just on the 1 and 360 for right now.
Okay, so it is on those. Yeah, I'll have to play it sometime. Whenever I get an Xbox One, I don't know if I want to get on the 360 yet. Or if ever.
Okay, well, I am actually almost falling asleep because I am so tired. So let's move on and we'll go with our shout-outs. Aaron, you first, sir.
Oh, the two of you. Dan, Gary, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure recording with you again. Shout out.
It has been a blast.
Always glad to get an invite, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out to Tiny and Mike, fellow co-hosts on Game Enthus. Shout out to all the listeners of the Games and RPG and listeners of the Game Enthus podcast. And shout out to Steve, because Steve is that guy. And Pat from the Arc89. Shout out to Pat, too.
Just, man, I try to get Steve on all the time, but, he's stuff and, kid and whatnot. And his,
house and,
they just moved, so yeah.
Yeah, he's got that, and he has to insulate his basement because apparently he's right under Jacob's room, and if he starts crying, well, you're going to hear a lot of Jacob. But yeah, Steve's awesome.
Indeed. All right, that is it for me.
Okay, Gary.
Well, my biggest one has to go to Aaron. Yeah, we're going to do it to Aaron. Because he's on the podcast and he's awesome and everything.
You cheeky bastard. You saw that I typed that and you're like, yeah, I'll take that.
Well, no, I was still going to do it anyway, but...
Take my other two as well, last year.
Okay, my mother, James.
There's
a comma there now.
There's a comma.
Yeah, there's one there now. Yeah. Anyway, but Yeah, I really wanted to give a shout out, which is actually my big shout out, to Boss Wave podcast, because they did episode 50 of their podcast, and they had Stu Fowler from the Veteran Gamers on there this week and everything. It was a fun podcast. It was fun to listen to and everything. And, you know, reaching 50 is good. Reaching 100 is good. Reaching 500 like the Game Twos are going to be reaching next 6 years.
If we're still doing it in 6 years.
I will be a very sad person when you stop. So...
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Trust me, there was probably a tear to my eye whenever I saw Steve, or before the podcast, or, everything happened, episode 100 or whatever before. Like, when Steve told me, I'm no longer going to be doing podcasts after this episode, I guess sneak peek, I guess you could say, I was very sad to find out that he'd be done. But, special guesting and whatnot. It's hard to find out people that you've grown fond of, listen to every week are gonna be gone. So any podcast that I listen to right now that say, we are done after this week, or, we reached this number, we're no longer gonna be doing a podcast. That is a hard time and just hard to deal with in general. So,
I suppose it's a good time to say that we will be done after episode 25.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope not. I put a lot of time in this, and I don't want it to be done ever. Same with Aaron, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's nice to have an outlet.
He's going to be reaching 75 and be like, okay, we're done. My blood sugar's getting high from doing this every week. But yeah, like anybody that does podcasting, I guess I want to shout out because you guys are awesome. We listen to you because your voices are amazing. I don't know, listen to podcasts is very nice. It gets me through my gaming, my work week, because, I'm at work, I'm listening to all these different people talking, and it makes work a lot less hard to deal with.
And they help me sleep, so thank you for that. That's not.
You put Dan to sleep.
No, it's not as backhanded as it's. I do suffer from insomnia, so yeah. After a few hours listening to a show, I end up starting to drift off. So.
You're his drug for sleeping.
Yeah, well, the ones I actually take don't seem to work. One thing I can't believe is you're not shouting out after the first show after your anniversary weekend away, and you're not shouting out Courtney.
I haven't even gotten that far yet. Just because I put one thing in my shoutouts. Yeah, I guess I'll do that now because you just mentioned it. Might as well shout out the wife for somehow putting up with my ass, literally, and my voice.
Stinky ass.
for 2 years so far has been wonderful. It's been a lot of fun. She wants to kill me probably every day, and there's probably a divorce in the future. I don't know. We've had a lot of fun. It's funny because our anniversary so far has run on my brother going down to Virginia, so we've spent our anniversary in Virginia, and helping him move in, doing whatever, spend some time together, doing stuff, watching movies. It has been fun because we do nothing when we're in Pennsylvania because, well, lately I haven't had any money to do anything, and I've tried to save up a little bit for this little trip of ours. So we're having fun. We're still trying to love each other. Fun stuff, everything. Other than her, Steve, you, Aaron, and Tiny for the whole Mario Kart 8 fun that we had over last week and everything. That game is awesome.
Indeed.
Playing games with other people in general. Also Steve for the whole Monster Hunter stuff. My brothers for being the assholes that they are.
Jesus, man, it's not the Oscars. Get on with it.
But yeah. That's it for me. Dan, what do you got to shout out?
Well, yeah, as Gary's already said, Aaron, thank you very much for coming on. My mother for going away for a week and leaving me, living in her house and looking after the puppy. And I'm going to have such a lovely quiet week without her phoning up, just asking me to do stuff. Oh, I can just chill out for a. It's like a holiday without going anywhere. It's going to be great. And my mate James, he works up at the, I think it's called Miller's at the Lynmouth. Great hotel. You guys check it out. I spent the afternoon with him. He got me a few drinks, and I've had a wonderful day. So thank you very much, James. And I guess, thanks to all the listeners for listening. So yeah, that's it for my shout outs. And web for the week to come. Aaron, where can we get hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Twitter, at Indifference. The second I is a 1. You can get a hold of me on GameEnthus.com. You can find the podcast on iTunes and Stitcher and all anywhere. So yeah, you can check out all the places that you can get it there.
Watch every single one of his YouTube videos to give him a penny. Yes, twice.
Have you got any playlists set up? I mean, you could just put them on repeat. And
yeah, I have playlists for the Have Game Will Play. There's 150 plus videos there.
Well, there you go. I'll play them whilst leave my PC running overnight and play that.
That actually would be fun to farm you some money. Wow, I made like $100 a week from people just listening. There's only 2 people for some reason.
Hey, I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosy. Yeah, so go to youtube.com/GameEnthus, watching videos. Leave a comment. I don't get many, so I will definitely respond to you. It's 100% chance of that. Unless you just say something completely crazy.
Yeah, I should comment on it, but like I don't know. I message you on, or not message really, but I say stuff on Twitter to you all the time about podcasts, whatever,
And I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's fun.
I mean, it's verging on stalking, but it's all right.
Well, I'm close enough to him. I could just drive over to his house and.
Gary, I'm in the tub, but I'll be with you in a minute.
Why hasn't he answered me after like 5 minutes? Oh my god! Not that bad. I think.
Is he ill? Perhaps he's had an accident. Should I call 911? I don't know.
They might arrest me. I kick the door in.
That's something that I've actually thought about before. It's like, man, if I tweet somebody and find out that they had like an accident or something, I'm gonna feel so bad about something. Where
the fuck have you been? In a hospital? Oh.
Yeah, Dan's gone to the hospital and stuff. I'm like, where are you? I was just in the hospital for 6 hours. I actually did this recently, Dan. I was like, oh, fuck. I felt horrible.
So did I.
Anyway, keep going, Aaron. What you got?
That's pretty much where you can find me.
Are you like everyone other than me, where you're indifference everywhere?
Indifference in most places. Sometimes, most places the second I is a 1 for the most part, except on PSN. It's indifference 79, but indifference the way it's really spelled. Xbox Live is indifference with a 1. So is Steam. Even the Wii U. The Wii U is indifference. Second I is a 1 as well.
Sweet.
And you play. Don't insult me. That's it.
All right. Well, I guess since I am next because I'm not the host, basically Amherst89 on Twitter and stuff like that, and then
if you want to know the rest, just tweet him. It's a lot simpler.
Yeah, right. Just tweet me and ask me where I'm at because people steal my damn name.
Can we say it like Zelda? Gary!
Yeah, but Twitter and Xbox and the other place now, I'm like known as Amherst89, my regular, where I should be, which is the only place I was before. Steam and Skype are Amherst_9 PSN, which I still need to My PS3 is still upstairs in my brother's room. I need to get that back, but it's Emerus0289. That's the weirdest one you're gonna get. And because of the whole damn Wii U, well, not Wii U, but Nintendo Network debacle thing that happened to me, Emerus1289 there, and I am doing a bunch of stuff, and well, that's the easiest place so far that I have to stream stuff with my Elgato, because, well, it's hooked up right now. Anyway, Dan, you.
Okay, well, it's really simple. I am Hardlydan on Steam, Twitter, on Live, Playfire, Raptor, Xbox Live, PSN. Basically, I'm Hardlydan everywhere, apart from the things I'm not Hardlydan, but I'm not going to tell you what I am on them.
Just type it in somewhere, you may find him. If you don't, he's probably not there, or he is... I'm not even going to mention it.
Yeah, we've had some link backs from that site. So yeah, Hardlydan, anything gaming, I'm probably there. It's also my N4G name and Good Old Games and everything else. So yeah, I'm easy enough to find. And I guess that's about it. Apart from Gary, it's your turn to do the cleanup.
We're going to do this fast, I swear. Okay. You can find us on Facebook at the Facebook.
At the Facebook.
All right, screw it. Shut up, damn it. Shut up, Dan.
Facebook.com. I don't see anything.
Yes, you can find us at Facebook.com. Anyway, you can find us at the Gamesmen Podcast on Facebook. And then you can send in some or your voicemails at 412-267-RPG1, which is the RPG hotline. And then if you don't want to send it on there, you can send it to our email at thegamesmanrpg@gmail.com. And then, if you don't want to send voicemails, you can also send your emails and everything in there. Send some stuff. You can also answer, the quest of the week and stuff like that. You don't have to send it, through the TGM quest and stuff like that on Twitter if you don't want to, or if you don't use Twitter, that's a good way to send it. And then other than TGM quests, you can send TGM checks, and send them there as well. I don't care. I look at the email anyway every week, all week. And then you can also find us on Twitter at the Gamesmen RPG. And guess what? Holy crap, in the last 2 weeks I actually checked back because I missed a few. But in this last week we got a bunch of followers for some reason. And I'm just going to start reading these out. So our followers are Chris Hosenthal X, Ho_Patriot, which Patriot, or I should just say the whole thing. Patrol. Wow, I'm good American. Hell Patrol is spelled H3LL_P4TROL. And then also from the Overseas Connection, we got OC_, it's Amaranth, and she is spelled OC_AMAHRYL. I don't even know how to say that. Amaryllis, apparently. OC_AMAHYLLIS. And we got Keith Smolik at Game on Tom, at Deep 3, I guess. DEPTHRE, R3E. And then we got JF Game PC Brazil, which that was a surprise to me. I don't know, we just got a lot of follows this weekend. It's pretty awesome. And then you can also listen to the podcast or look at our TGM tagalongs. I just put 3 up today, and they suck because I can't do anything with apparently the size of YouTube video stuff. But that's youtube.com/thegamesmanrpg. And then, like I said before, TGM checks, TGM tackle, TGM quests, hashtags in front of this, by the way, for our, TGM checks, TGM quests, where you can answer answering TGM quest, for whatever we asked, like what we asked today, which was there it is. What was your favorite news from E3? And then TGM check with what the games been playing this week. And then Twitch stream with whenever we start getting stuff up there, if I can ever get my Elgato working right, apparently. And then iTunes reviews, we want them, we love them, we need them, we want you to talk about us a lot more.
Covered precious.
Give us 5 stars if you like us, give us 1 star if you hate us, I don't know. But hopefully you love us. I mean, if you're listening to us, I would hope that you like us more than the 1 star. So give it to us. We will take it however you want to give it. And with that, Dan, get us out here for the week.
Well, that will do it for episode 22. So on behalf of Indifference and Amorous89, I am Hardlydan. We, as ever, are the Gamesmen. And until next time, we ask,
what role will you play? Give me 15 minutes of unmuted silence.
Minutes?
15 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah. 15 seconds, sorry. Of unmuted.
I'm going to go out for a smoke if that's the case.
As long as you leave your headset on. Or your mic on.
Okay. Are we going to...
Yeah, I guess we can get in the news now.
Guess I should turn my computer on then, huh?
Why don't I went black while we were talking?
No, the smoke coming out of it, but it's the good smoke.
Good smoke. Makes you feel happy.
If not fully satisfied with this podcast, please return any portions for a full refund.